Hey there, this is Connor from the future here. If you're listening to this on YouTube, you might notice that this episode does not say that it was uploaded on Valentine's Day, which is a little odd for a Valentine's Day special. That is because this is actually a high-quality remaster of the original episode, which originally aired on Valentine's Day of 2024. Goods was actually our first attempt at the one-shot format here on Cantripped, and in the months since, not only have we changed the way that one-shots are structured a little bit on the show, but we've also worked out a bit more of the vibe we want when it comes to editing styles and presentation choices for Cantripped. Because of that and a handful of other smaller factors, we thought it would be fun to give Goode's old-fashioned school of Loverboys a fresh coat of paint to just help the listening experience feel a little bit smoother when listening through the rest of the show to bring it up to the level of quality we want for Cantrips. So please enjoy this remastered edition of Goode's old-fashioned school of Loverboys. Hello everyone and welcome to Cantripped. My name is Connor, I use he, they pronouns, and you might recognize me from here on the show where I play Dan or Diacthor Heel in the ongoing campaign. You might be wondering why I'm the one speaking to you in this intro, and that is because I have been given the very special honour of running Cantripp's first ever one-shot as a guest DM. And for said one-shot, I'm joined by some very lovely guests today on the podcast who I'm excited to introduce to you all. This is my party.
Hi! I get to play! Yippee! Hi, I'm Jamie. You'll probably also recognize me from the main show. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me at Jamphibian.
Hello, my name is Mambu, or Strawberry. You probably know me from some other things that I've been involved with the cast of Cantripped. My pronouns are she, they. My social media is at Strawberry Pine on, everything. But yeah, slay.
Hi, I am Ren. I am on all the socials. I am Darkwing Duck. My pronouns are she, her, and you might have seen me. I've been in a few videos on Connor and Jamie's TikToks.
Hello, I'm Letty. My pronouns are she, her. Social-wise, it's pretty much Letty Spaghetti of some sort on everything. Yeah.
As I said, I'm very excited for today's one-shot. In honor of Valentine's Day, we'll be playing a special homebrew system called Match Made. Players will take on the part not of adventurers, but of Cupids, in a world run by me, the matchmaker. So, we can jump in if you guys are ready. Hey there, Editing Connor here. How's it going? Now that the intros are out of the way, I just wanted to jump back in and give you all a quick little explanation on the system that we're going to be using for this one-shot. Hopefully it's not too complicated to pick up on as we're playing, but I just wanted to help get everyone on the same page. Matchmade is a TTRPG system I've designed using the Powered by the Apocalypse framework. You might know the Powered by the Apocalypse systems from some of its popular iterations, such as Monster of the Week by Michael Sands, which was featured in the Adventure Zone 2nd Season Test Amnesty, or by its host of other published games like Monster Hearts or Masks the Next Generation. Matchmade works in a very similar way to most of those systems. Players or Cupids will interact with a world run by the matchmaker to craft a roleplay-focused collaborative story in which they attempt to bring together two or more people through the power of love. Each player has 5 core skills with personal modifiers which will be added to the rolls made with 2 d6 dice to achieve actions associated with those skills. Players also have individual special moves which will add further modifiers based on their playbook or class, but we'll get to those later. If a player rolls a 6 or lower, their actions fail, a 7 through 9 and the action partially succeeds, however Cupids will have to deal with some level of consequences, or if they roll a 10 or higher, the action is made successfully. If a Cupid rolls a 12 or above, they earn a heartstring. Players can earn up to 3 heartstrings at a time, and at any time when a roll would otherwise be needed, that Cupid can tug on their heartstring to automatically succeed on the action without needing to roll. In any given scenario, the Cupids will be attempting to gain love points, which are given for each successful action that they take to bring the lovebirds closer together. At the end of each romance encounter, those points are going to be used as a numerical modifier to add or subtract to a roll made by the matchmaker to determine the outcome of a given romantic encounter. The more successful actions the party gains, the higher the chance the encounter will end well for the lovebirds. While there's a little bit more to the system that we'll learn along the way, those are the basics. If you'd like to read along with the rules of the system, you can actually find a free download link to the beta document on my personal Ko-fi for free, which will be linked in the description, or an extended and updated version including the new classes and the Goode's World Information sourcebook as a reward on our Cantripped Patreon, the link of which is always in the show notes. If you haven't grasped it all the way, that's perfectly fine, neither have the players or even myself. The match-made system is still a work in progress and I'm constantly working to improve it, so bear with us as we learn together and have some fun making some matches. To set the stage, the four of you are part of the newest initiates at Goode's old-fashioned school of Loverboys, the most renowned magical institution in the world which has been working in secret to make successful matches for over 4,000 years. Throughout history, the organization has found, trained, and employed millions of Cupids to help love blossom in the places it needs in order for fate to continue working as it does. Out of the thousands of potential candidates worldwide, approximately 400 of you have been selected to join the Institute, and over the last 3 months after accepting the position, you've gone through a series of tests and applications to prove you are deserving of your positions within Goode's Cupid Training Academy. Today is the day of your first arrangement assignment, and your final test to join the agency. This is something you've been waiting for and aware of since you were first found by Goodes for recruitment, and finally, you're here. Today you have entered the large grassy lawn of a manor house as initiate arrangement agents, cutely nicknamed cherubs by the higher-ups. But when you leave, you will for the first time officially be a Cupid. What do you guys think your characters are doing, just kind of milling around on the grass of this manor house?
I wanted to ask, did I miss it? Are we all like together? We're all together like in the same group, right?
So,
Yeah.
Not
yet.
Currently. At the moment, there's about 100 of you arranged around. Like I said, it's kind of a big colonial era mansion. There's grassy lawns. There's about 100 of the initiates milling around. You can probably assume that they've split up the general class into 4 groups just to make things go across easier. But at the moment, you're all just kind of milling about.
Okay, so we're outside, right?
Yes.
Okay, I know what I want to do. So
I'm terrified.
I had to think. I was like, I had to make sure so that this didn't seem crazy. So Darcy isn't there quite yet. She's currently riding there on her motorbike, appropriately named Ruby. She has her little heart-shaped goggles kind of over her eyes, and she's blasting music kind of off of it. And as she pulls up, she's, like, obviously kind of running late, so her hair's kind of frizzed out, and she's kind of flabbergasted. And she's gonna hop off and just, like, join everybody on the grass and act like she's been there the entire time.
You get a handful of odd looks, but for the most part, people are, like, trying to keep straight-faced, semi-professional.
I think Amanda either made or has been given, like, note cards or notes of some sort on, like, things that she should know and is just aggressively studying. There's no real reason for her to be, but she is anyway. Just freaking out and trying to pretend like she's not.
I feel like Cadence would definitely just be like under some trees with like some other people trying to like figure out some notes on her lyre that just haven't clicked yet, but she's trying her best.
Prudence is probably just mingling with a bunch of her peers. She loves talking to people. She has a lot of friends, so she's probably just sitting there talking to them, talking about how they hope that things go well, all that jazz.
As you're all mingling, the large doors open and a woman steps out. She's stern but quite beautiful, probably in her 60s or maybe early 70s, with long grey hair that's pulled back into a bun. You can notice even from a distance that she's wearing a very vibrant red lipstick, and there's a rose in the exact matching shade nestled in the lapel of a coat which is draped over her shoulders. This woman is Angela Heathersley. She's the head of Goode's old-fashioned school of Loverboys. The training program, the company, the fieldwork and analytics, she runs all of it and has done so for years now without issue. She's famous within the agency and outside of it in circles which know of it, for her strict, no-nonsense approach. She brought the institution into the 20th century and she is dragging it into the 21st as best she can. After a moment of getting people's attention, she clears her throat and addresses the recruits. Welcome, initiates. You stand here today as potential candidates to carry on one of the oldest traditions in the world. Even making it this far is a reason to hold your heads high. We here at Goods have been, in one way or another, working to bring people together for millennia. Thanks to our guidance, families have come together, friendships have been made, and partners have fallen in love, and thanks to these efforts, the world has continued to function as fate demands. We do not choose who falls in love or force people to be together here at Goods. We carry with us a responsibility to enact the will of fate and bring together those who fate deems should be together, and keep apart those who it deems should be kept apart. It is a thankless job done in secret from the world at large, and yet necessary for its continued existence, and, if done right, it is a job that one can take more pride in than any other in the world. Today you have entered these grounds as cherubs, but when you leave, you will be truly functioning in the world as an agent of Goods. Play your cards right and succeed in your allotted task, you'll be brought on as full-time Cupids for the agency. Should you fail, however, you will be dropped from the program, and its entire existence will be erased from your minds. In a moment, I will read your names from this list, assigning you to your trial team, and beside her, another Cupid in a suit kind of steps up and hands her a clipboard. These teams will work together with an Eros agent over the next 7 days to complete your task. Together with your team, you will pass or you will fail. You had better learn to get along well. When I call your name, you may step forward and proceed to the door to your left, where, in time, you will be guided to meet your Eros agent and be given your first assignment. Congratulations, cherubs. It is an honor to witness the beginnings of the newest generation of agents. I hold all of you and your success in my heart. And she begins reading the names, and slowly people begin trickling out and forming their groups and walking off stage. And then finally, she gets to Darcy Amore. And if you would like Darcy to step forward and give a small introduction with pronouns and a description, please.
Yeah. So Darcy, was kind of, in her own head for a second until she, heard her name. And, when you hear your name, you're kind of, you perk up a little bit. And she starts making her way up. She is currently, she has taken her heart goggles off of her head. She has kind of shaggy, short, kind of put to one side, black hair with, two little pink pieces in the front. She has heterochromia, so she has a pink eye and kind of a red eye. And she is covered in some kind of Valentines-y, heart-themed tattoos that are just, all over her. And the one that's, probably the most prominent that people would be able to see is her little mom tattoo that's in a heart on her neck. And she kind of just approaches the stage and just takes her place, and she looks excited. She looks like she's hyped to be there. Also, her pronouns are she, her. I forgot that part. Wee woo.
Angela continues reading from the list, and she gets to Cadence Castillo.
Cadence is gonna just kind of awkwardly hold her lyre to the side and scurry up to the stage. Cadence has medium shoulder length, very curly red hair, and there's two pieces in the front that are a very light purple, and she has little bits of purple all over her outfit. She wears gold to match the color of her lyre, so she's gonna stand next to Darcy, but not too close, not wanting to invade any personal space.
And she continues down the list and gets to Prudence Smith.
Prudence kind of as she's walking up to the stage, she's doing the little finger wiggle thing with a bunch of her friends. She's like, oh my god, as she's walking up, oh my god, they called, you know what I mean, the thing that the popular kids do. And she walks up there. She's looking confident. As she walks up there, she kind of looks around, waving to all of her friends and whatever. She has reddish, a ginger reddish blonde hair. It's a blunt bob cut. She usually is wearing her white, red, silver color scheme. She's really leaning into the whole Cupid thing. Ever since she got chosen, she's been leaning into it more. She's a very fashion-forward girly. And then as she walks over to the others, she's kind of scouting them out, giving them little up and down looks, trying to figure out what they're about.
Angela finally gets to Amanda Walker.
I think Amanda is just trying really hard to pretend like she's not terrified and not doing a great job. She walks up, she's fixing her outfit, which is a pretty, she's got a pretty formal kind of bookish outfit on. She's got short brown hair, just above her shoulders, and curtain bangs. big glasses that make her eyes look bigger than they are, and a general, like, blue color scheme, a sweater vest, long skirt, button-up, kind of academic fit going on. She looks like a nerd, and she is a nerd, and I think she does not even look at anyone else as she is walking up there. She's just staring down at her feet.
For our first roll of the game, I would like everyone to roll me a wits roll for emotional intelligence, please.
Uh-oh. I got a 5.
I got a really high roll for my first one. I got a 13, baby.
Damn!
Ooh, okay.
I'm a wits build guy.
So, was it 5, 2 13s, and Ren, what was your
I got a 9.
9? Alright,
Oh,
so...
I also got a 9. I'm sorry. I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I
Not a
thought, wait,
13,
okay,
sorry.
So,
I rolled an
So,
11,
yeah, okay.
but I have a -2, so.
Oh,
Quick
okay.
question before we move forward. Do we only get heartstrings when we roll like a perfect 12? Is that what it is?
nope, you get a heartstring for the 13 plus. I was just about to say
Okay,
that. So you can mark
Sick.
down the first of your heartstrings.
Sick. Okay, I wanted to make
and
sure.
Everyone except for Amanda notice that Angela kind of pauses when she gets to Amanda's name. There's not a hesitation, but a recognition of the name on the file. I think Amanda's maybe too wrapped up in nerves and trying to look casual to really notice, but the rest of you notice it, and in kind of glancing at her prudence and cadence, you kind of catch Angela's eye, and she kind of narrows her eyes at you for staring at her too long. She doesn't notice Darcy looking, but you can all tell that there is something that she's picked up on. But, you know, the team's been called, and she ushers you off stage, and you kind of walk together through the doors behind you into the manor house, and are led by another Cupid down to a smaller room. Are you guys talking to each other at all on this walkthrough, or are you just kind of going in silence, being led?
Prudence is probably, being this little socialite that she is, she's probably going to try to start making conversation. She's like, oh, like, hey guys, are you guys excited? I know I am.
Amanda will speak only if directly spoken to.
Darcy's just like gonna make conversation, even though she's like kind of apprehensive because she can tell that this is like low-key a mean girl. And she's gonna go, oh yeah, how have you guys been looking forward to this? How are you, Blue One? what was your name again?
One.
She's like, it's Amanda. Remind me your name as well.
Darcy. And I kind of like she puts her hand out and is like immediately like trying to be social and happy.
She'll like shake it so tentatively. She's like, it's nice to meet you, Darcy.
Prudence kind of looks over at Amanda, and she's gonna look at her and be like, oh my god, can I call you Mandy? Oh my god, by the way, I love your skirt. And she kind of like turns around and she kind of like snickers.
Does Amanda pick up on that?
You could roll a...
What do I even...
I'd say that's maybe a wit roll. Yeah, maybe a wit roll, I would say.
Then she
An
probably
emotional
doesn't.
intelligence roll.
7?
You can tell that, like, something's off, but you can't pinpoint kind of exactly what's...
Amanda wants to
what's up.
cry.
Just-
I want to pick up on it. I want to pick up on it. I want to
I'm
defend
gonna
You can
roll.
also
I'm
roll.
gonna
You guys can
roll.
also
Yeah.
roll as well if you want.
Jesus Christ, I'm rolling high.
I got an
again.
11. I got an
I
11.
will.
Got
I
another
will
13.
also allow. Oh, she okay. I was gonna say I will also allow Letty to maybe make a finesse roll
Okay.
in like competition, and if you get above the 11 or 13, then like,
Yeah,
that would-
no.
yeah, cancel out. But no. All right.
That's a 6.
No, you do not hide this well at all.
I
They
mean,
all pick up on it to varying extents.
Darcy is gonna kind of like try to change the topic, and she's gonna go, so you guys are interested in this too? I got picked up like forever ago. I just was kind of doing my thing, and they were like, oh, you seem like you would be good at this. And I was like, okay. How about you guys?
Cadence is gonna whack Prudence a little bit with the lyre, just like a tiny bit, not like a mean way, but just in like a warning kind of thing, like a hey, let's not, that kind of thing. But Cadence is gonna go, oh, I don't really know. I was just really good at playing music, and they thought I'd be a good fit here.
See, that's kind of what happened to me because I was I rode up on my motorbike. I was fixing that up, and I guess like the way that I talk to people and the way that I'm able to like fix things like that, they were like, "Oh, you'd be a good fit here." So, how about you two? What about you two?
Oh, well, personally, oh my gosh, way back when I was helping one of my girlfriends because her boyfriend was cheating on her, but then, oh my god, you'll never believe. I was talking to the girl that the guy was cheating with, and it turns out they were so perfect for each other. I don't know if it was just from an outside point of view, but they were so good together. Like, you guys wouldn't even believe, okay? And I told the girl, I was like, I don't know, girl. I told her to break up with him, of course, because like we don't like cheaters here, but like they were anyways. The point is after that little incident happened, I got scouted.
I love all of them so much.
Amanda is staring at all of you, big ass bug eyes, just staring, terrified.
The idea of just like big old eyes blinking behind those little glasses.
The little tink tink noise that it makes when you blink.
It's like they're magnified because like of the prescription of the glasses. It's just extra big.
That's exactly what my vision is. She's like, I don't know. My parents said that it's probably because I'm very smart and observant, and I've read a lot of books and I know a lot of things about romance stories. But I don't know. I don't know.
We're just gonna stop. She's like, okay.
Darcy's gonna try to change the topic again and be like, okay, anyway. We're supposed to go down this hallway, right? Let's go down the hallway. And she's gonna like kind of like stabs up high and start leading and walking.
She's the glue, for real.
Yeah, literally.
I was gonna have Cadence go, do you read fanfiction?
Oh my.
Amanda blushes so much. And she's like, no, why would I do that?
I read fanfiction.
And
whatever, I guess.
She's like,
my
oh,
bad.
well then, yeah, I do.
No, Prudence like looks over, gives Cadence such a dirty look. She doesn't say anything, but she's like,
Darcy's
I'll
still walking.
eat her.
As Amanda finishes up, you're kind of led into a small room, and you're not in there too long before another man enters, and the best way to describe him is probably schlubby. He is maybe in his middle age, balding slightly with some grey hair around his temples. His shirt is a little bit untucked, and there's a small like stain on the collar, and he's got some kind of big square glasses on, and he's holding a clipboard. And he kind of steps in, and he kind of adjusts his glasses. He's like, all right, you guys must be the new cherubs. It's nice to meet you. My name is Agent Morris. People around here call me Polly. I'm going to be your Eros agent for your first assignment. It stands for Emotional Relationship Organization Supervisor. But how's your day been today? And he kind of holds out his hand just to the group to shake if anyone was to step forward.
Since Darcy's in the front right now, just trying to avoid everybody else bickering, she's just gonna like shake his hand and be like, nice to meet you, I'm Darcy.
I say, Darcy, nice to meet you. Like I said, Polly, Agent Morris, whichever you prefer.
Okay. I'll call you Polly because, you know, if we're working with you, I prefer to be on first name basis.
I like that attitude. And he kind of moves around the group.
Who does he go to next? Because Amanda's not going to step up. But if he comes at her, she'll shake his hand.
He's probably going around the group, so kind of whatever order you guys think you're standing in.
I think Amanda is hiding from Prudence, probably behind Cadence.
Oh.
I mean, I guess Prudence will step up to shake his hand.
Cadence is gonna give like a peace sign and go, sup, I'm Cadence. I'm gonna call you Agent Morris.
Morris, that's fair enough.
A thumbs up.
Thumbs up, cool. He goes around and he's kind of looking at the clipboard and kind of like referencing names. I feel like he's got maybe some like photos references. He's essentially like flicking through a little dossiers for all of you. Is Prudence going to say anything, or is Prudence just
probably as he's like walking his way around. I don't think she's gonna shake his hand because she's kind of just sitting like there, like checking her nails, messing with her whatever, messing with her hair. She's kind of just like whatever, typing on her phone. She's not really paying attention. She's just like, oh yeah, I'm Prudence or whatever.
And he finally gets to Amanda, and he kind of looks at his sheet and goes, Walker, you don't want Ashley Walker?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Oh, yeah, Ashley. Listen, Ashley, great Cupid. I remember she came in the 91 round of Cupids with Theodore. The two of them. That was a good year. But yeah, Ashley, how's she doing?
She's doing great. She's doing great. I'll tell her you said hi.
Yeah. Tell Polly said hi. We haven't spoken in a while, but we knew each other a little. He's looking around, and after this small interaction, he kind of pulls out from his clipboard. It kind of opens up a little bit, and he pulls out 2 folders. And he goes, right, and he pulls out some little dossiers. They're little just manila folders with a couple of pages in them, and he kind of holds them out to the 4 of you. There are 2 folders, and I will send the dossiers.
What the fuck is the dossiers?
Dossier is like it's like a folder of information. So they're kind of 2 manila folders, and they've got just a list of information with a picture and some other info on your lovebirds. And he kind of, as people are taking them, kind of, right, these are your 2 lovebirds. Their names are Penelope and Luna. Currently 22 university students. Our analysts have determined there's a good chance, probably sitting around 62%, that these 2 are supposed to be romantically involved. So your goal at the end of this week is to get them to a point that we would consider romantically involved. As he's kind of explaining things, he's stepping around the room, and he walks up, and you can see there's kind of a projector over to one wall, and he flicks a couple of switches on it. Flashes to life, and you get some images of the university. It's a small town university. On campus, there's a couple of buildings, a library, a cafe, a handful of restaurants. And as he's flicking through, he's sort of explaining, over the next week, you guys will be allotted into various scenarios placed within their lives. From there, you will be attempting to manipulate the environment around them to get them to interact with each other. It's very important. You cannot force these people to fall in love. That's not how we work here at Goods. All we can do is make the environment around them right for romance. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Alright, with everything going according to plan, as long as we're running on schedule, you guys should be arranged to make your first arrangement encounter this afternoon. But first, and he kind of takes out a little pager from his belt and he presses a button, and another Cupid agent walks in with a handful of kind of large metal cases on a long table, and he pushes them into the room. And Polly goes, alright, so based on our training for all of you in your brief cursory training before you came in, you've each been allocated speciality based on your skill set. What we have here is a handful of objects which are standard operationals at Goods, which should be able to help you in your matchmaking. And they kind of push one table in front of each of you, and they open them up, and there's a handful of items inside. Who would like to look first?
I'll step up, I guess.
Alright, Prudence. So inside this case, there are 3 items. One of them is a small silver compact mirror, and it's kind of sitting open, and you can see that there's some blush powder in the lower half of the compact. There is a red velvet bag with a gold drawstring, and there is what looks to be just a cheap plastic container of pink glitter, and you're allowed to pick one if you would like.
I'm just gonna pick the one that I think Prudence would like the best, which is the compact.
Compact mirror? Cool. So
yeah.
She pulls out the compact mirror, and Polly goes, alright, in the business we call this a rosy tint. This is actually took a lot of research and development. We did it with Lucajo LLC, our kind of Sandman counterparts over in Denmark. It's a whole thing. But what this does is when you blow any of this blush into an environment, it'll create a small-scale illusion within the area that should be able to hide you or anything else you want from view.
Cadence will step forward now.
Cadence steps forward, and so Cadence steps forward, and inside Cadence's case is a violin. It's quite nicely made. There is a pink ukulele with a little heart where the hole is, and there is a lyre quite similar to the one that you already have. Similar color, gold, and everything else.
Cadence is gonna reach in, take the lyre, and switch it with the one that she has, which is old, and
Mhm.
and like Dentian just awkwardly place hers inside there and take the new one.
So yeah, there's Lyre, and Polly goes, all right, that right there, it's a good choice, a classic, the Lyre. It's very useful, even if it's a little outdated. You are able to manipulate most sounds with this thing. You can choose who hears it, what you play, all sorts of things like that. This is like standard operation. We get a lot of use out of these things.
How big is this lyre, Connor?
Like Lyre size, like handheld. The
Lyre
image in the
size.
You
picture,
say
but it's like a small
okay. I'm just making
handheld
sure.
instrument.
I think Amanda will stare really hard at Darcy, and if Darcy's not going first, then she'll go.
Darcy's gonna kind of look at Amanda and just very gently be like, you can use your words and go first if you want.
The bug eyes, blink, blink.
She's
She'll
gonna
scoot
kind of
forward.
slowly push forward.
Okay, she'll go forward.
Right, so inside Amanda's case, unlike the other two, these are weapons. These are just straight weapons. There is a slingshot, a small, it looks almost wrist-mounted device, but it's very clearly some kind of crossbow or bow, and there's just a gun. It's like a small concealed weapon gun. It is pink though.
Oh, thank God!
But it is
it's
also a
pink.
gun.
That makes it better.
It's pink.
I think Amanda looks at the gun, and then just slowly turns to everyone else, like, "Do you see this?" And then we'll just slowly pick up the slingshot and scoot back.
When Amanda pulls out the slingshot, he goes, this is a very skilled weapon, alright? You gotta get used to this. I'm sure with your parents being Ashley and Ted Walker, you'll be fine. But this shoots love projectiles. Alright, love and hate projectiles. We've modified them into pellets for the specific model, because a bow and arrow is a little unwieldy. But you should be good.
I'm gonna step forward.
Alright, step forward, yep. Darcy's, again, is 3 necklaces. There is a just simple gold chain. There is a very elegant silver pendant. And there is a black choker where the kind of center ring is heart-shaped.
Well, I think we know which one Darcy's gonna go for. She's going for the black one.
Polly kind of looks at you as you pick up the choker and goes, hey, that's a useful one. We spent a lot of time on that. It's a little clunky at times, but it should serve you fine. It's one of our newest items. This will allow you to change your appearance to match anyone you have seen in relation to one of your lovebird targets.
I think Amanda will drag behind everybody else and just shoot one of the pellets at the wall just because she's curious.
You've been given both love and hate pellets. Which one are you shooting?
I feel like she'll just waste one of the hate ones just because she wants to try it. She's curious.
It's this little small, looks almost plastic pellet, and when you shoot it at the wall, when it hits the wall, it almost evaporates into this kind of green smoke, which shimmers and vanishes as it hits the wall.
She's like, whoa, that's crazy.
And so you've all got your items now, and this other Cupid closes up the boxes and starts wheeling away the tables. Polly sets down his clipboard and he leads beside the projector and he claps his hands and goes, all right, everything's sorted. Let's get ready to make some matches. And we're going to jump ahead to our first arrangement encounter. It is later that day, and you have been sent to the small university. It's not too far away. It's maybe like an hour or two drive. They just kind of sit you in the back of one of the goods vans. You're kind of shipped off and you arrive at the university, and as you're walking through, you can kind of hear in the little earpiece you've been given a slight static, and Polly's voice comes through and he goes, all right, you kids hear me all right out there? Coming through loud and clear?
We can hear you.
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
all
sir.
right, perfect. So you kids are going to want to head down the main street of campus towards the quad. According to our intel and the schedules, both Luna and Penelope should be moving in on that location from opposite ends of the campus on the same road. Now, normally, they wouldn't bat an eye at each other, but it's up to the 4 of you to direct their focus towards each other. Got that? Alright, good luck, Cupids.
Well,
Let's
we
scheme,
gotta
folks.
bring
Yeah. What's the game plan?
Yeah, you can take your time to scheme and plan. If you have questions about the environment, I will be happy to describe things.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. What's the plan? What's the plan, gang?
I'm looking at
Well-
the descriptions of these
Yeah.
people.
Oh no. Luna's an unsuccessful dater. Rest in peace.
Rip.
Luna gets no bitches.
We're
Yeah, that
trying
was
to
unintentional. Neither of them get bitches. One of them dating experience unsuccessful. The other one's dating experience limited.
Limited.
Okay.
At least Penelope got a bitch.
At least one.
At least one bitch. Oh wait, this is cute. Cute height difference. I'm liking this. Sorry.
That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Dude.
Height differences are great.
You said lesbian, and then you immediately went straight for the throat with the undercut. I see you, Connor. I see you.
She had an undercut before she was a lesbian.
That's how it
That's how you
always
figure it out.
goes. Yeah.
This is stereotypes.
Anyway, guys, they're
Play the
walking down the
flag.
street.
Yeah, they're walking down the street.
I'm trying to think, like, the only ideas that I have are, like, causing a traffic accident to
What?
Why is that where you
to make a detour on the road.
Oh, so there's
In,
not-
in character.
They're just
what?
walking down like a campus. Yeah, does Amanda say this? Does Amanda
I
say
know,
this?
that's only me. I'm the fucked up one, not Amanda. Don't worry.
Okay. I might have a slight idea if we want to go for it.
Gimme.
So I was reading up on both of them, and they're both walking on campus, right, Connor?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. And they're not like walking toward each other, right?
Not directly towards each other. If they both get to the kind of main road, they will be on the same path.
Okay.
Like they're kind of coming off side streets towards the main kind of walkway through campus.
I don't know how
Are
to
they gonna
phrase
like
this question.
pass by each other?
They
Yeah,
would
yeah.
theoretically pass by each other on their way
Okay,
to
they
their
just
classes.
wouldn't
I feel
stop.
like
That's what I want to
Yeah.
know. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to ask. You said that better than I
Theoretically, theoretically, also, is there anything happening on this college campus right now, or is it just like it's just, there's just the grass in the middle? Is there like anything going
sort of
on?
between classes? So like there's presumably some stuff going on. There's maybe some people sitting around studying. There's maybe a couple of guys like throwing a football or something. There's maybe a couple of people throwing a frisbee on like a different part of the quad. There's maybe someone like playing a guitar or something. Mostly like students just milling around. There's maybe a couple other people like on the walkway. You guys are kind of blended in.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna turn to the gang and I'm gonna go. I now have two ideas. The first one is like a little convoluted, but I was reading up on both of them, right? And one of them studies psychology and one of them studies philosophy. So theoretically, if we like set up like a booth in the middle of the quad, because colleges do that, you could set up a booth and be like, "Hi, this is a new club about philosophy and psychology combined together."
Okay. Okay.
And then maybe if they both walk past it, that would work. The other idea, which is a lot worse, we probably should not do this idea, is I can disguise myself as one of the football guys over there, right? And I will take the football and throw it at one of their heads, and then maybe the other one will see and be like, "Oh, that girl's hurt. Maybe I should go make sure she's okay."
Wow, I mean that's not as bad as horrific car accident.
Hey,
so...
listen.
Anyways, those are my two ideas that I have brought to the table. If anyone has anything else,
Can you
please.
say the first one again?
The
Pretty
first one? Okay. The first one is, since I was reading both of them, Luna studies psychology and Penelope studies philosophy. The theoretical idea is that we set up a table, like a club table, because college, and we are like, this is a new club where we study psychology and philosophy both at the same time. And then we get their attention to come to the table somehow and maybe do a meet cute. And
Yeah,
that's the idea.
I think I'd prefer the table.
I do too.
Then-
And also that gives us opportunity to like get them together again, like easily. If they're going to a meeting, you know?
But that means we have to actually follow through with this club.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
only
We
going to
actually
be two
do
of
go
them
to
in
this
college
college.
now. No.
Well,
for a
we'd
whole
be a
club
few
cabinet.
members.
Or actually, yeah, one of us could one of us could go up to the table and act like we're just like a person going to this club table. You know? Like there's
True,
like,
and then,
True.
and then somebody could be like handing out like little pamphlets or whatever. Like
Yeah.
we could like quickly draw some little pamphlets and be like, join our
Okay.
club, like hand them
Okay,
to them so that they
okay.
see it. Yeah, yeah.
I like it.
and then
I
you wanna
like
know
it.
how we
Where are we
really
gonna
get
get a
their
table?
attention? We play some music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you
Like,
guys are discussing this, from one end of the street, you see entering onto the main walkthrough one of your two lovebirds, Luna Sinclair. Luna is about 5'3" with thin face, olive skin, and green eyes. She has a dark undercut haircut, which is dyed a deep blue on one side, and she has a handful of piercings. She looks a little grungy and a little kind of hunched in on herself as she's walking down. She's definitely got some headphones on or something like that. And she is the first of your two lovebirds to step onto the scene.
Okay. So how are we doing this, guys?
Okay.
Do we
First
have papers?
question.
We need to make pamphlets.
Yeah,
We need a
right.
table.
We need a table.
We need a table.
Is there a table nearby?
Yeah, that we could use.
This is like the quad, right? Is there any like of like the little tables where you could do chess?
Yeah.
on there?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Probably
We don't
maybe
need a table. We could
ways
just
away.
be passing out pamphlets.
Oh, that's a good
You
point
can-
too.
Oh, I
True,
need
but
my
then
little
but if
table.
there's not like a meeting point, then how are they gonna actually
meeting
meet
point
each other
Is
other than
one
just
of
taking
us,
a
or we could
pamphlet?
we could put a poster up, and then be like, "Hey, wow! Did you look at this poster? That's crazy! Philosophy and psychology. Wow!
That's bonkers.
Similar idea. Similar
You
idea
could
to that
still
one.
do that.
But it like instead of injuring one of them, you could be someone
Yeah.
who is injured and needs help, and hope that both of them go help, and the rest of us could go stand near them and be like, "Oh my gosh, that person looks like they need help."
So I let myself get hit
I
in the
still
head.
want to. I still think the pamphlet. I still think the pamphlet would be like a good idea. Still, I like the club because
Yeah,
then
I
they
think-
have to keep meeting.
Yeah, I think we should try the club thing. If it goes horribly wrong, then plan B is get hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be Plan B, guys.
Get
Don't
injured
worry.
about it.
I'll put myself in absolute harm's way.
No.
I think
And as
Prudence
you
would happily
settle-
throw a football at your head.
As you settle on Plan A, from the other end of the street, coming up behind you, and is the second lovebird, Penelope Hope, who goes by Penny. She's a little taller, about 5'8", with dark skin and brown eyes, and a fairly round facial shape with some framed golden glasses. She has some thick, mid-length curled hair, which is kind of a slightly warmer tone, and she's wearing just kind of a pink cardigan over just a button-down shirt. And she is approaching from the other end, holding a handful of books, keeping to herself, but walking between classes.
I love emo ex-nerd slow burn fan fiction. It's my
Listen,
favorite.
Yes.
I sent this to someone
Crying.
where I wrote them out, and then I sent a message that was like, "Fuck, did I just make Bubbling?" But
Oh,
It is just
Bubbling
Bubbling.
College AU.
It really is.
But
You know what? It's good. I love bubbling. Anyways, are we
Mhm.
doing a table or pamphlets? What are we feeling?
Let's do pamphlets. We don't
Yeah.
need a
Okay.
table. We don't need to
Okay.
steal a table.
Who
I
wants
was
to
gonna say,
draw the pamphlets
theoretically-
and make them look good?
theoretically, the illusion dust that Lily has could be used to make a table. I
Could
will
be used
say.
to make a table.
But also could be used
Not
as
like a
one.
physical table,
But
but
like a
you
fa-
could
like
make
a-
it.
in a-
You could make it look like there's a table there.
An imaginary table.
Do you want to
Don't
make an
lean on this
imaginary table?
They go to lean on the table. We're like, no.
That's our injury. Wow. Connor's suggesting it. It must be a good idea.
I'm just throwing the suggestion out. You know, I'm not
That's-
suggesting
you
anything.
know?
That's Polly in your earpiece. It's like,
Ah,
you don't
yeah.
know.
You guys have the ability to create a temporary table with your illusion magic out there.
That is true. That is true. We can make a fake table
You
with
can
a big
hear him-
poster
you
board
can
that
hear him,
has
like-
like the location and whatever. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll do that.
sick.
I'll do
Do
that.
that.
As he like unmutes
Blow my
to say
powder.
this, you can hear Polly like eating something in the background of my friend as
Oh,
well.
he's so
Like, it's
real.
only for just a
Crunching,
second,
bro.
but
He's so me.
you're blowing the powder around, and you can describe what you're making illusion-wise.
My table. It is
Uh-oh.
my lovely table, okay? It's just a table. Don't be worried. No, it's like it's one of those like white like portable fold up tables, and it's got like a little. It's gonna be pink. It's a pink little tablecloth on it, and it's got some pamphlets spread out on it, and then as well there's like a big like trifold poster board that's like this like club name. What are we naming our club? I don't know. Psychology and philosophy club.
Phil psychology.
P and P
Phil
club.
psychology.
Not P&P. No, you can't name it that.
I'm just gonna do, just psychology and philosophy, so they know clearly in big letters that is what we're looking at, and then I'll put like a little location. We'll say that the club is meeting here on Wednesday or something, and then it's got a bunch of little hearts on it, and little Prudence would be like, they're nerds. They want like molecules. She put all the sciencey things on there.
Darcy's gonna kind of just squint at it for a second and looking at the molecule part, and she's gonna go, "What the hell is that?"
She turns and she's like, "They're literally nerds. Don't you guys like that? Like, come on."
Blinking, blink. No, we're trying to make it look good, not with weird molecule bits. I don't think that even looks like a molecule. What is that?
Listen,
like
I never said I was good at drawing, okay?
You're not even drawing though. You're like thinking about it. Just
well,
get rid of
the
molecules. Just keep the hearts. The hearts are fine. Just keep the hearts. They're getting closer.
Okay, if you insist, I guess. She like, I don't know, scratches them off or whatever with her mind.
I love her.
Yeah, that's how it works. Like, you can change the illusion. It's literally an illusion that you have made. You can change it.
Oh, so I have full control all the time. It's not just a one and done.
No.
It's essentially like a concentration spell. So like,
I see.
As long as you are focused on it, it will be there, and as long as it will shift to what you want it to be. But if you kind of stop thinking about it actively, it will vanish.
Okay, cool.
So they are approaching, and that'll be considered one of our first initiative moves, for lack of a better term. Does anyone else want to do anything as they're approaching, or do we want to wait until
Darcy's gonna kind of like be by the table, but like ready to go for plan B if she needs to.
I think is one of us staying behind the table? Are the rest of us staying behind the table? Where should everybody else be in the scene?
Ooh.
I think it'd be good to have a few, like, just in general, like at least one of us behind the table to be like, hey, there's more than 2 people for this club.
Well, okay, Prudence should probably stay by the table since she made it.
Yes.
And also Prudence is pretty good with people, so I feel like she would be okay with that. And then we need probably one more person, and then the other 2 can be trying to get them together.
You know what? I'll be at the table, but like again.
Yeah, Darcy. Yeah, Darcy looks cool. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, that's a cool girl. The lesbians, they'll be like, oh, that's a cool girl.
That's a cool girl. She's covered in tattoos.
Yeah, I want to know her.
Can Cadence and like Amanda just awkwardly hang out like in their
God.
tree to like still be able to like hear what's going on?
They're covert, bro. You know what? Wait,
Okay.
I have an idea here. Because if we need to go for plan B, if you guys are chilling out by the tree, then if we need to, I'm gonna turn to Amanda. Amanda, if you need to, hit me in the head with a rock with your slingshot.
Perfect.
I love it.
As you're kind of splitting up, the first person to actually arrive at the table is Penny, and she pauses and goes, oh, I didn't realize that we had a psychology and philosophy club. Is it about the workings of the human mind or something? What? How long have you guys been in operation?
Prudence looks at her. She's like, oh my god, it's new. Okay, so the thing is that like we were thinking about it, and like psychology and philosophy, like they should go together. And she like kind of looks at her and like smiles. She's like, you know.
Darcy's gonna kind of look at Prudence and is gonna go, yeah, kind of what you said. We're kind of just trying to experiment, kind of have discussions and stuff all together. It's really fun. We're hoping that we're gonna get more members and stuff. You seem like you'd be pretty cool to join.
Yes,
Oh,
so cool.
She kind of is a little bit flustered. She's like, "Oh, I do actually. I take philosophy actually. And I did do an intro to psychology course first semester, but I don't really know if I'm a student. I'm not really reliable when it comes to club meetings. I get caught up in things. I would like both of you to make a charm roll for me.
Yes, sir.
Or I would take a wits roll if you would like to do that instead.
I am doing wits instead because that's my one that's a little bit higher. I rolled a 9 in wits.
I also rolled a 9, but in
Nine.
the other one, charm.
In charm. Okay, so she kind of. But when do you guys meet? Like, is it like a weekly thing, or like how much of a commitment? Like, I'd love to join, but it's time commitments are a little interesting.
So fair.
Well,
So fair.
so fair. Mhm.
We are actually figuring out when we want to meet. We are basically waiting till we have more members, and we're just trying to see what night would work for best for everybody. So actually, you're kind of in luck there. We'd be able to kind of work with your schedule and figure out if you'd want to come. And obviously, like, I don't want to put pressure on you. I wouldn't want to do that. But if you do want to come hang out, it would be really cool. Also, I love your outfit. Very cool. I like the pink.
Oh, thank you. I like pink. It kind of.
I mean,
I
obviously,
know, I
I
think
do
it fits
too.
you well.
You know.
Yeah, it's you. I like your outfit as well. You look great.
Prudence is sitting here trying so hard not to say anything rude to her. Like, she's sitting there, she's like, oh my god, like,
It's
Jesus
like
Christ.
the mouth twitch. It's just
Yeah, yeah. Like, she's like smiling and her eyes like twitching. She's like, ugh.
But
Let
what
me
night
go
would
see real
work
quick.
best for you, do you think? Like, do you like have like any day that like works best for you? Or like, I don't want to pry, obviously, like that's not my jam, but
Oh, well, I think this week I'm free. Friday for I could probably make it to a. I mean, I
oh
don't really
my
have anything
gosh,
planned,
that's the
but-
day we were literally thinking. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
That's literally what like we were hoping that like Friday would work for the people who have been looking at it, because like we've seen some people looking around. I think like there was like a couple people that came earlier that like were looking at it, and they were also thinking Friday. So I think Friday would be like a really good day actually.
Oh, okay. Do you have like a pamphlet or something I could take, or do I need to leave my number or anything?
You know what? We actually don't have any physical pamphlets right now, but let me go ahead and write down. She's gonna like go into like her pocket and just get like a piece of paper and like start rapidly scribbling and be like, we can just I can exchange like I can take your number and then you can take mine and then we'll figure it out. You know, it's all good. And she's gonna try to switch them around.
She kind of blushes a little bit, goes to take it, and while this is happening, I would like for Cadence and Amanda to roll me a finesse roll, a pinpoint, to see
Oh,
how
hell yeah.
focused you are at the moment.
I got excited and then I rolled like shit.
No.
I got a,
no.
I got a 9. I got a 10. I got a 10.
A 10. Okay.
I got a 6.
Oh, so you guys. Oh, like
Pat,
6
pat.
flat. Because I was gonna say you guys also have your moves, which can add bonuses if you can.
6 with my
You notice that.
modifier.
Cadence, you notice that down the walkway, Luna is no longer like walking towards you guys, sort of about to turn down a different walkway.
Can Cadence like play something? Like I don't know what to do. Just like would hold on. Which one is this?
This is the musician one. This is Luna.
Cadence is gonna play music.
So your lyre has a small handful of abilities other than just like playing music. If you would like to use one of those, which is that you can impress an emotion on someone, you can play music that only specific people can hear that you choose, or you can mimic other sounds.
Could fucking strings? Could I play?
Do
Do I need to roll for that? How do I roll for
Yes.
that? Yeah.
So that's plus your
Sorry,
charm
hold on.
bonus.
Hold on, I need to do math in my head. It's
Mhm.
13. I promise I know how to count.
Okay, so 13, yeah, for sure. And you also get to mark down a heartstring point for that. Almost immediately, as soon as you start playing, Luna pauses and lifts up one of her headphones and is like listening for. Are you like very obviously playing the song, or are you just kind of?
I don't want it to be like too obvious. Cadence is gonna like like loud enough that Luna can hear it, but not enough to be like blasting the entire quad.
Mhm.
Just
So
like
yeah,
a
Luna
subtle little thing.
kind of hears it and can't quite pinpoint exactly where the sound is coming from, but is very much. Is it? Are you playing it specifically just so like only Luna can hear it, or can other people hear this as well?
Other people can probably hear it.
Okay.
And I think it'd be funny if Amanda would clap to like pinpoint it more where it's coming from.
I'm like, wow, that sounds great.
I mean, you don't have to like. She's. I think Luna is now kind of walking in this direction, trying to find the source of the music. Are you like in view of them, or
in front of the tree, like more visible from the walkway.
As Luna is approaching, she catches your eye specifically and starts walking over towards you, kind of away from the booth, but definitely in the direction of the booth.
Quick, go talk to the people at the booth. Go quick. You're like, notice the booth. Go be interested in the club.
Could Cadence like nod towards the booth?
That's not suspicious at all.
You could.
Luna like, hey, where was this?
Kind of looks at you and tilts her head and glances over at the booth, and she does take a second to look at the booth.
We're so settled.
Listen, you specifically drew attention to you, not the booth. I don't know what you want from me.
I tilted my little head.
She looks at the booth, and like her eyes linger on the booth for a second, and they kind of flick up to Penny, and then she kind of like starts turning back to you. I would say maybe roll a charm for trying to get her to go towards the booth, I guess, because her attention is very much on you.
9.
All right, that's a success. So yeah, she kind of like nods awkwardly and is like, okay, sure, and kind of goes over the booth, and that will bring us to our 4 active round moves. And you guys got a love point for each round, so that means that there are 4 bonuses to their interaction. And so as Luna kind of approaches the booth is exactly when Penny starts to walk away, holding the little piece of paper.
Oh wait, I didn't catch your name really quick. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, Penelope, but people call me Penny. I don't know how to describe it. She kind of like holds the piece of paper that you handed up and like gestures with it to be like, "Yep, I will let you know." And goes to walk away, and as she goes to walk away, she bumps directly into Luna, who stumbles back and is like, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to, I wasn't looking where I was going, sorry, there was someone playing music, and I got distracted, and Penny goes, sorry, do I know you from somewhere? And Luz kind of takes her headphones off completely, and it goes, yeah, maybe, did you do intro to psych in the first semester? And Penny goes, yeah. Oh, yeah, I think I did. And there was just kind of standing directly in front of the booth, having this little meet cute moment, and I'll do the roll. And Luna kind of goes, I'd love to maybe catch up sometime. Maybe we could talk about psych stuff, or she kind of glances at the booth and is like, or philosophy stuff. I guess that's cool. And Penny kind of goes, yeah, maybe, yeah, you know what, okay, we could catch up. Sure. It's Luna, right? And she goes, yeah, it's Luna. And she goes, oh, I'm Penny. Would you be free? Would you be free maybe tomorrow? Like I have a class at 11, but I'd be free maybe after that at like 12. And Luna goes, yeah, 12. There's a cafe on campus that we could stop by. And Penny goes, yeah, that'd be nice, I think. And they part ways, both kind of smiling to themselves and not entirely sure what has just happened. They're both a little bit confused as to everything that just went down, but they have set up a date for tomorrow at the cafe around noon. And that is our first arrangement encounter successfully completed. Good job, Cupids.
Yeah! And I didn't have to get hurt.
You didn't have to get hurt.
I'm so glad we had that on hand.
Mm-hmm.
As they walk away, I'm gonna kind of like give a thumbs up to Amanda and Cadence and be like, good, we did it.
Yippee!
You guys are carted back to the Goods Manor. after the arrangement is complete, they send a car to come pick you up and bring you back. And you kind of got downtime over the night to just hang out until noon the next day. I think that they probably come and collect your items to take them back for servicing, to retune the lyre, replenish any pellets that Jamie spent, things like that, top up the illusionary powder. I think Paulie kind of greets you as you come in. Like, hey, guys, that was great. You did great. I mean, I was inspired. I'm glad you chose the non-violent route. You know, a lot of people, they jump immediately to car crashes, to knocking down buildings, and seeing you pick it was real good. So you guys have a small amount of downtime if you want to do anything, or we can.
I want to do something.
All right, go for it. I think maybe you're split up in two rooms with 2 beds, just in the manor somewhere. I think a lot of the Cupids are probably staying in the manor if they've been assigned locally.
I think Amanda has just been following Cadence around like a little shadow this entire time. and
that's valid.
And so they're like, how do you guys want to split up rooms? Amanda just clings to Cadence, and they're like, okay.
You know what? That answers the question.
Yeah.
Cadence is just gonna like pat Amanda's head, like, yeah, it's good.
Amanda blushes severely.
Oh my god, they're in love.
Oh my god, they're gay people. Guys, lesbians and Valentine's Day go together like Valentines and lesbians.
That's the tagline of the show right there.
I'm just gonna go to my room. I guess I'm sharing with you, Prudence. Let's go!
Yay!
You could act a little bit more excited. Yay!
Woo!
Anyways.
It's okay. Prudence would choose Darcy out of the 3 of them anyway.
Slay the day away. But no, Jamie, you said you wanted to do something.
I didn't. I don't have any ideas. Hold on. I think if Amanda and Cadence are in their room, Amanda is gonna be like, "Thank you for being so nice today. I don't have a lot of friends."
Well, I can be your friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
And then she's gonna like pull out her phone and be like, "So, what's your favorite fanfic?" She's pulling up AO3 immediately.
Meanwhile, in the other room, Darcy's just like immediately like getting ready for bed and just vibing. She's blasting music too.
Oh my god. Well, what kind of music is it actually?
It's probably like more like rocker stuff. Like she listens to like a lot of like rock pop type stuff.
Okay. It's not Prudence's usual go-to, but I feel like she'd dig a little bit of rock pop.
But no, she's gonna kind of like get in bed and she's gonna be like, "Okay, good night," and she's like not even trying to make conversation.
Prudence is just like, "Okay, good night, I guess," and then she's like, "I'm gonna be in the bathroom for a while." Okay, I've got.
Turns the light back on. What do you mean you're gonna be in the bathroom for a while?
I have to do my skincare, obviously.
What kind of skincare are you doing that's gonna take you a while? Don't you just like wash your face and get done?
Oh my god, no. I've got to do my cleanser, and then I've got to do my exfoliant, and then I've got to do my toner, and then my moisturizer.
Okay, no. I have to go do my makeup in there in the morning too. You're not taking 2 hours to do your skincare, alright? You're gonna have about 20 minutes. I'm gonna have about 20 minutes, and we're gonna be done. Okay, good talk. And she's gonna turn the light back off.
Bruna's just like, like under her breath, she's like, what a bitch.
The violent difference between these two interactions.
Yeah.
Anyways, good morning.
We can slide into the morning and the next day. I think before the mission itself, you have to be up relatively early. Like I said, it's about a 2-hour drive to the university, so probably leaving around 10. They've probably got you in a room with just waiting for Paulie to show up.
Not early.
I wasn't done. I was gonna say they've probably got you. They've got you in a room waiting for Paulie for a debrief, maybe around like 7:30 They probably get you in there around 7:15, 7:30. I don't think Polly shows up until about 7:45, 8 o'clock. But he has brought like some coffees for everyone. He's like, I didn't know what you kids wanted, but it's mostly just lattes. But I tell you what, if you guys ever come to the main HQ building, this is deli down the road. They do great sandwiches. The guy actually gives them to me for free because I broke up his daughter and his boyfriend one time. It is a whole thing, but they do great coffee as well. Anyway, and he hands out these like cups of coffee. We actually got some options for you today. You're gonna be at a cafe we established. They got a date at noon, so you guys can either frame as customers or as workers. Do you guys have any preference? We can arrange some fake applications, name tags, uniforms, that kind of things.
I actually used to work at a coffee shop. I could work.
Okay. We can get a uniform for Darcy. Anyone else?
I'll work there. That sounds fun.
Darcy
Right.
immediately slinks down in her posture.
Prudence kind of looks at her and just smiles, but like meanly. You know what I'm talking about? The kind of like haha, like the kind of smile, teasing
This is
smile.
fantastic.
If Amanda and Cadence are posing as customers or as workers, what are you guys thinking?
I feel like it makes sense to out of character. I feel like it makes sense to have us kind of split in teams again, so that we have a lay of the land. If Amanda and Cadence want to be customers.
Yeah.
In
They could do like the menus in front of their faces.
Yeah, peeking.
As the day progresses, you get there, they set you up as essentially plants within this coffee shop. And as Luna is there on time. Surprising, seemingly even herself, she kind of gets there a little bit early and gets a table and doesn't order anything just yet. And is just kind of waiting. She has a little notebook that she's kind of scribbling in. And after a couple of minutes, a very flustered Penny kind of stumbles in the door and kind of slides over to one of the tables. And she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm late. I had a class run over and I had to run all the way here from the other side of campus, and it was just a whole thing." And Luna kind of goes, "Oh no, it's fine. I'm glad you made it. How was your class?" And they start talking, and they're just chatting. They seem to be getting along okay. What are you guys thinking?
Well, I'm at the counter making drinks. I would do the disguise thing, but again, Darcy knows how to do coffee, and I guess it seems normal that she would work here. Doesn't look a little suspicious. Yeah. But, like, mind your business, you know?
Just trying to make some money.
I feel like they're not going to be like, "You work here?" Like,
Nah.
we're students who've got jobs, alright?
Bro, I'm an NPC in their life right now. They don't need to worry about me. I'm, like, gonna act like I'm doing stuff. Like, and she, like, obviously, like, she looks like she knows what she's doing. She has worked at a coffee shop, like, a long time ago. But, like, she's just, like, making drinks and stuff, and then like kind of like peeking her head over to kind of see what's going on.
I'm trying to think. See, I have another bad idea. It's not as bad as my last idea, but it's a bad idea. I think it'd be funny if one of the two who are posing as baristas left their number on one of their cups to like make the other one jealous.
Oh,
is that just me?
Prudence would do that.
She would.
You're speaking
this
my
is
language.
This is
Amanda,
not an idea.
you're-
I was gonna say Amanda would not propose this idea, but I'm metagaming a little bit, and I like.
I want to see. Okay, if we're doing this, I assume Prudence is already doing it, and Darcy's gonna kind of like look over and be like, kind of under her breath, be like, "What are you doing?"
I'm matchmaking.
That doesn't look like matchmaking. It looks like you're trying to get a date with one of them yourself. Stop.
No, I'm gonna make them jealous, obviously. Let me cook. I'm cooking in the kitchen.
Alright, she's gonna turn around and just slowly, like, start making more drinks.
I wonder how this is gonna go. I'm a little scared.
You know what? It makes for some fun experiences.
Yeah.
Would like to ask, I think everyone to roll either an emotional intelligence or an amour roll.
You already know where I'm at.
One of those is better for me than the other. Guys! Guys! I rolled an 11! Yippee!
Also rolled an 11!
You steal my thunder, Mambu. What
No,
the fuck?
I'm sorry! I'm just saying it's an 11. It was a 9 plus 2, so 11.
I
that was
got a 10.
the two different little subgroups here. Notice two different things. almost simultaneously. Amanda, you notice that somebody outside the cafe, one of the walls is kind of big windows looking out onto the quad where you guys were stationed yesterday. And somebody walks past and kind of pauses and peers in through the window and seems to like notice one of the two lovebirds sitting there and starts making their way over towards the cafe.
Not on my
Cadence,
watch,
as
they
they're
don't.
kind of walking over, you like notice a couple seconds later, maybe as they're reaching the door. Meanwhile, Prudence and Darcy, you guys notice from behind the counter there is smoke rising from one of the coffee machines where an electrical outlet is hissing and crackling.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh. Darcy's gonna kind of like look at the smoke that's coming and she's gonna like, okay, let's take care of this. And she's gonna kind of like run to like grab the stuff that's in there and like take it out and like just try and like keep this as small of a thing as possible.
I want to shoot the guy, whoever's approaching. I want to shoot him.
So,
Ren knew what I was gonna say.
Amanda is feral. Oh my god.
What's happening at the moment is that this person pushes open the door. He's probably a young guy. He's probably around the same age, mid-20s. Pushes open the door. Wait, Luna? Damn, I haven't seen you since, well, I guess since we broke up. How have you been? And Luna's kind of like, listen, Chris, this isn't, I'm actually kind of busy right now. And at this stage, if you would like to, while he's standing at the table and making both of them a little uncomfortable, you can shoot Chris with one of these pellets if you wish. That would be a finesse pinpoint roll, and I believe you have a move which allows you to do something. I don't remember what moves I wrote.
Thanks, you wrote this. So additional +2 plus whatever I already have to the pinpoint move?
Yes.
Okay, sick. Oh, good thing I have a +4 because I didn't roll great. I got a 10.
10. Okay, that's just missing the consequences.
Yeah.
For the other players, and I guess the audience, the shot through the heart move that Jamie's class, the Robin, has is that they get a +2 along with their finesse modifier, but if they roll less than a 9, there's an unintended consequence. So luckily, you just missed it. Yeah, you shoot one of the little hate pellets, and it kind of hits him just not really over the heart, but kind of above his left shoulder, and the little green pellet does the same thing as when it hit the wall. It kind of hits his shoulder, and it evaporates in this little almost shimmering green mist. And there's this moment where he kind of takes a second as Luna is avoiding his gaze and not really answering, and he's like, you know what, I can clearly tell that maybe you don't want to talk to me right now. And she's like, yeah, Chris, that's kind of what I was getting at. And he kind of, not necessarily angrily, just kind of dejected and a little hurt that she won't really talk to him much. Just turns around and goes back outside. So that is a love point gained for the encounter. We still have currently the issue of the coffee. Was Darcy still working to fix that?
Yeah. She's like...
and at the time that you're doing this, I think that Penelope kind of stands up and says, I'm sorry that happened if I made this awkward at all. I'll go get drinks. Do you want anything in particular? And Luna kind of goes, yeah, maybe just give me something with caramel in it, please. And Penelope goes, yeah, of course. And she comes up to the counter to order.
I'm gonna, like, gesture for Prudence to go.
Yeah, I can take it.
Go.
Yeah, I can take it. Like, Prudence, okay, in character, though, Prudence is probably, she's kind of just, like, sitting on her phone. She, like, looks up at Darcy. She's like, oh, my God, like that's annoying. And then, like, Darcy's like, tell her to go. She's like, oh, like, rolling her eyes. She's like, oh, my God. She gets off her phone, puts it in her pocket, and, like, goes up to...
Darcy sees her, like, getting annoyed, and she's like, looking, like, moving her eyes towards, like, the smoke that she's literally cleaning up. Like, I can't do that right now.
Oh my God, Prudence rolls her eyes again. She's like, oh, fine. She walks over and to take the order.
Maybe when you get that, like, noticing that it's you, Penelope has, like, a moment of, like, oh, this person from yesterday, and then, like, doesn't really bring it up at all. Because, like you said, it's not weird that people you interact with on the college campus work at the college to some extent. Can I please get just maybe just an espresso, and also do you like caramel, maybe a macchiato, or maybe something like iced with caramel? Do you do that?
Yeah, sure. She's like clicking on the screen, but she's not clicking anything. She's just kind of making it look like she's typing things. She's like, yeah, I could totally do that. A caramel macchiato? We could probably do that.
Darcy's like,
Probably.
Can she hear the conversation that's going on as she's trying to
I would
fix the
assume so. I would
problem?
assume it's, just kind of behind the counter.
Okay, cool. She's like trying to take mental note of what she's saying.
So, an espresso and a caramel macchiato. Okay.
And she just kind of looks up at the board and hands over the money for how much it is.
Okie dokie. She just kind of takes the money. She's like, like, how much would this cost? She kind of just takes a couple dollars and gives her a little bit of change. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
She maybe like looks around for like a jar or something, and there's just like one of the little cardboard coffee cups that they've clearly written in like a Sharpie like tips on it, and she just kind of drops the handful of coins. She goes back to the table, and Luna is still a little bit rattled, and Penelope doesn't know what to do like with that and how to salvage this after the awkward interaction.
I have an idea.
Oh my god.
I could shoot them.
I was going to say, you could. I was going to say that, Mabu, if you would like, I say you could use a finesse roll to fix the coffee machine.
I figured it would be something like that. Okay. This is a solid 8 roll, because I don't got any plus or minuses to finesse, so just 8.
For an 8, which is a partial success. You do manage to fix the coffee machine. There was some electronic problems just where it was plugged into the outlet, and sort of as you're fixing that up and it stops, the smoke and everything is done, the coffee machine seems to be working again, but there is a sort of electrical sparking, and the music playing over the speakers in the cafe cuts out. But the coffee machine is fixed.
I'm just gonna look at this plug and like narrow my eyes and just make the coffees that were ordered. And then I'm going to get ready to, like, bring them to the table and everything. But I want to, like, as I walk through, I want to make eye contact with Cadence and be like, music, 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 like, mouthing it.
I don't want it to be, like, too obvious that these specific people that they saw are, like, there again. Because, like,
hide under a table.
Can your instrument make it sound like it's not coming from it?
Like, investigate. You can probably investigate, like, why the music is stopped.
Oh, I guess I could do that, yeah.
Could I? Do you want me
to? Anyone can. I feel like there's any role. I can just tell you guys, there's clearly, like, a speaker behind the counter, but the speakers themselves have kind of short-circuited, it looks like. And just for my reference, were you still going with the plan that Prudence had written her number on one of the coffee cups that was being sent to the table?
Yeah.
So, Cadence was looking at music, and Amanda was considering shooting one of them.
She is carrying the cups. And she's gonna kind of like move like one of them around to see, and she sees Prudence's number, and her face just kind of like goes monotone, and she kind of like turns her head back and looks at Prudence.
Prudence just like looks at her and smiles. Like she's just doing it out of spite at this point. Like
anyway. Darcy's gonna just smile back and just gonna bring it to the table, and she's gonna go, "Hey, I'm so sorry, guys. Somebody wrote on this cup, actually. I'm gonna go remake this drink."
I love them. They hate each other. This is great.
I don't know whose that she puts down. Who did you write the cup like specifically for, do you think?
Prudence? I don't think it mattered. I mean, we'll say the macchiato.
Okay. I'm taking back the macchiato and I'm putting the espresso on the table. I'll go get you guys a different cup. I'll be right back.
Luna is just not having a great date so far, and she's kind of like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I understand. Of course, I'll pay for the both of them. It's sorry."
No. And, you know what? It's our bad.
And Penny,
you guys don't
goes,
have to worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We've got it.
Okay.
This has been a very interesting morning for me too. So don't worry about it. And she's gonna turn around and go back.
Causing problems on purpose.
This is real interesting today. And Penny almost looks a little bit hurt, but doesn't say anything. Remember, asking what Cadence can do, I feel like Paulie might come over the earpiece and go,
"So normally with things like this, hopefully the electronics should be fine. It'll just be a connection issue. If you can find a way to jack yourself into the system, you can probably get things sorted out by yourself."
I guess Cadence is on the lookout for phones.
I feel like you do find the phone. You can find it's disconnected from the Bluetooth and it does not want to connect back up again. But you can see that like it is theoretically you could connect your another phone to the Bluetooth. You would just have to curate the music specifically.
Could Cadence use trained ear for this? To like
I
hold on.
think so. Yes, because I think that maybe choosing music would count as a sweet talker move,
Okay.
just given like the vibe. So yeah, I would say you can use the trained ear for this to like pick the right song for the moment if you would like.
Yeah. Cadence is gonna plug her phone in and play Mitski. What was the Mitski song?
I love mine only.
Yep.
That one. But like, can we? I want it to still be Mitski. Could it be like a lo-fi version of it? I want some lo-fi Mitski.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's the vibe.
Cadence is gonna kneel like behind the counter so nobody can see her.
Should I just shoot him? Yeah, I was gonna say, should I just shoot him and then let him go?
Oh my god.
You should, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe
Shoot in face.
not in face.
Just the immediate.
Who are you shooting?
Who's the one that's been... Penny's having the one who has the X roll up, right? Which one?
No, it was Luna.
No, Luna. Luna's
Oh, Luna's having the bad
Luna's
time.
Luna's a
the
lesbian
girl. And so-
as well.
What the fuck?
I'm mad at
That
Luna's
was
a
before. That was before she figured it out. That's why she broke up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drama.
Yeah.
man.
That was something. I didn't say that explicitly, but that was gonna
That
be
was
the
it?
subtext. But then
Okay,
you like
cool.
very
Context,
quickly
that
were
was
like,
the
I shouldn't. That was the subtext that like didn't get to become actual text.
No, I figured it out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm shooting Luna with a love pellet.
All right.
I'm shooting Luna.
I'm shooting Luna.
I can't. That will never not be funny.
I don't know how else I'm supposed to say it. I rolled a 15.
Yo.
Oh my
Built
god.
different.
Snipe.
Oh. All right. She is hit. None of the notice that you see. Where are you aiming to hit her with the pellet?
I guess probably just like if I can aim under the table and hit like her leg, so that because it's like a poof of stuff, and I don't want that to be obvious, so I'm trying to be subtle.
Yeah, it's a very direct, dead-on, concealed little shot. The pellet, nobody notices a thing as it kind of hits just the side of her leg with a small puff of pink iridescent smoke, similar to how the green smoke from the hate pellets appeared and then kind of vanished and almost absorbs into her leg where it hits her. And you can see she kind of visibly relaxes a little, and she's like, it was really really nice of you to buy me coffee the first time. I'm sorry today hasn't been going all that great. Penny kind of goes, no, it's been nice. I like talking to you today. It's been nice. And Luna kind of picks up a bit at that.
I want to do one more thing, and this is just a role play thing because I'm funny. I'm gonna grab the cup that we've been talking about, and I'm gonna look at Prudence. I'm gonna smile, her little mean girl smile, and I'm gonna drop it in the trash and go back to doing what I'm doing.
And so yeah, they're kind of having their conversation, and their date seems to be going a lot better now that things are sorted out and they are having a good time. And eventually Luna kind of goes, I actually, if you would want to do something like this again, I'm a friend of one of my bandmates is throwing a house party on Friday. Would you want to go with me, I guess? And Penny goes, I don't really know. I'm not really a party kind of person, and I might have a thing on Friday. I don't know. I was waiting on a call from a club, but they never really called me back, and she kind of thinks about it for a second, and then it's like, so yeah, I can go to a party on Friday, I think. I'd like to. And they have made plans to attend a house party this coming Friday, which is the next day. And the second arrangement encounter has succeeded.
Yeah!
Congratulations,
Guys, I love gay people.
Moving into the next encounter, You guys are returned back to the manor, and Polly kind of gives you a debrief. He's really congratulatory. And then, partway through the little debrief, as things are being collected up and your items are being put back in their cases, there's a commotion out in the hall. And suddenly the door is pushed open, and Angela Heathersley, the leader of Goods, steps in, flanked by one or two other Cupids, and goes, "All right, everyone, we have to shut this down, get them out of here. Get the dossiers." And Polly kind of goes, "Whoa, what's going on?" And Angela, her lips are pursed, and she goes, "We are shutting down this particular arrangement. There was a miscalculation. What we initially assumed to be a romantic pairing is, in fact, not. We are unsure, but it could be a rivalry situation. We need to abort the mission, allow things to play their course without our intervention." And she turns to the four of you and goes, I'm very sorry, Cupids, but unfortunately, your final trial has been disbanded. Given that it was under no fault of your own, we will not be erasing your memories of Goods, and you may reapply within the next few years if another availability position comes up. I am very sorry.
Amanda's bursting into tears immediately.
Are we allowed to, like, I don't want to...
I mean, I'm sure we're not.
What
do you mean it's a rival situation?
Yeah,
elaborate.
What do you mean by that?
Elaborate.
Oh, Amanda's crying. Amanda doesn't say anything.
She kind of sighs and maybe, like, pinches Richmond and goes, "The way Goods operates from an analytical standpoint is that our analysts measure the strings of fate. They notice when two people are specifically connected, and we analyze the match to see what percentage that is necessarily a romantic, platonic, familial, hatred relationship, whatever. We analyze it, we make an assumption, we commit to making that work the way fate intends. We made a mistake. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, we need to erase any progress we have done and let things play their course without our intervention any further."
Okay, well, you made a second mistake then, because they've been doing fine.
They may be doing fine, but they are not supposed to be together. They are not going to be together.
Well, maybe your little fate checker's wrong.
You were wrong the first time. What says you can't be wrong a second time?
I'm sorry. We've already put in the orders higher up. Our analysts have cut the work being currently done on this particular pairing, and you will all be sent home. I'm sorry. As I said, perhaps in the next few years you can come back and reapply for the agency if you're still interested, or I'm sure that Polly could get you a connection with perhaps one of our analyst positions, or even an Eros position. Good day, Cupids. I'm very sorry for this turn of events. And she turns around, and the couple of Cupids that came in with her kind of start packing up things and snatching the dossiers off the tables and things like that. They escort you out of the room and out into the front lawn, and Polly is kind of in the background, being like, "Hey, what's going on? Come on, that's not fair. These kids have been working real hard to do this, and you guys are just kind of thrown out onto the doorstep of the manor."
Did they take our stuff?
You had handed in the stuff previously when you got back from the mission, so yes, they've taken the stuff.
No!
Can I have my lyre back?
Your original lie, yes, they would have
give it back.
let you take that
Thank
back.
you.
I can't
are you guys
shoot
discussing
people
things?
anymore.
You're kind of on the front steps at the moment, currently.
Amanda is sobbing. Amanda's crying. She's sitting on the stairs.
She is going to kind of, like, walk towards a tree, and she's gonna kind of, like, take a deep breath, and then she's gonna start cussing up a storm and, like, kicks it, and she's, like, just keeping herself away from everybody else so that she can just have her little angry outburst for a minute.
Prudence is just kind of silently fuming, like she's sitting there and she's just glaring into nothing.
I want Cadence to, like, approach Amanda and, like, ask if Amanda wants a hug.
Amanda, the second you, like, even begin to offer, Amanda's just gonna collapse into you and sob.
You guys are out here for a little while. They haven't really seen. They don't seem to have sent a car or anything. There are a couple of the vans and things parked around the grounds in the courtyard of the manor house, and you can kind of hear commotion inside. This is very irregular, and nobody's really prepared for it. And then, after a couple minutes, the doors open kind of frantically and slam shut, and Paulie is there, and he has one of the cases tucked under his arm, and he's like, "All right, kids, all right, listen, I'm putting a lot on the line for this right now, but if there's one thing I've learned working here at Goods, what we stand for more than anything is following your heart. That's our whole thing. And if you kids think that this couple is going to work, that they're going to work together, that you can make it happen, I can buy you some time. They're going to be sending a breakup team in tomorrow night at that party. As long as you're there and get things done beforehand, you might have a chance. I don't know what kind of chance you have at the agency afterwards, but these two might have a chance. And he holds out the 2 dossiers. He kind of hands this all to you, and he straightens his collar. He's got like a little clip-on tie, and he kind of straightens his clip-on tie, and it hides one of the little mustard stains on his shirt. He goes, all right, I get back in there and distract Angela, but good luck, kids.
Oh my god.
She's gonna kind of turn him around
my.
and go, wait, Polly.
Yeah.
And she's gonna immediately hug him.
Oh.
Oh.
Group hug. We're group hugging now. We're group hugging.
Group hug.
He's gonna hug them all back, and he's like, listen, I'm invested in you kids. You got bright futures ahead of you, and the Cupids are not, and you got a good thing going here. Good team. And he ducks back inside.
Does he have
has
keys
left
to a van?
He does not.
Let's
but
steal a van.
you can-
Let's
She's
go.
gonna turn around, she's gonna go, you know, I know how to hotwire.
All right, you guys stealing a van?
Yes, we
Yes, we are.
are. In for a penny,
Okay,
in for a pound.
so that would be. I feel as though that's probably a finesse roll from whoever would like to make it.
I'm gonna use a heartstring here.
Use a heartstring. All right. So if you want to take away one of your heartstrings, but you managed to hotwire a van. It's a kind of a plain black unmarked van. The license plate says, I don't know. I feel like the license plate says like LVR, like numbers. You take off. and you go ahead and-
LVRBY. Coward.
Yeah, LVR. Oh, you're so right. It should be LVY. That's so much funnier. Pretend that I said that. I'll edit it in. Yeah, the license plate says LVRBY. And as you drive off, you now know that there is a party the next night starting at 7 p.m. at a house party on campus. That there will be a breakup team from Goods of Cupids. And that you have about 24 hours to get Luna and Penelope together before they are broken up.
I'm gonna kind of like park the car like in like a parking lot near the school, but like not like in the school, so that we don't get like ticketed or something stupid. And I'm gonna park and I'm gonna be like, okay guys, we have to sleep in the van because I don't think we have anywhere else to go. I'm not paying for a hotel room. I assume you guys aren't. So we're gonna chill out. We're gonna sleep in here. Cool. And she's gonna like just put it in park and like get in the back with everybody.
Amanda doesn't sleep at all. I think just in the middle, just quiet sniffling. She's not having a good time.
Oh.
Walmart parking lot.
I feel like Amanda, you get a call from one of your parents.
No!
But they don't like let it ring long enough for you to answer. They kind of think the better of it for a second, and they kind of like you get the call notification, but you don't get the chance to answer.
Oh,
she wasn't gonna answer it anyway. She's not picking that up.
So we will flash forward a little bit. You guys kind of spend the next day and a half trying to rest as much as you can, trying to lay low, make sure that no one from Goods is actively looking for you. And at around 7 o'clock, you head over to the house where the party's taking place. And it is like, not like a frat house, but it's, campus housing. It is a house on the campus that is kind of split up between a bunch of people. And there's a lot of people at this party. Probably more than I think either Luna or Penelope realized or intended. Mike has invited a ton of people. Or at the very least, Mike has invited some people who have invited more people. There is a lot of people moving around, a lot of loud music, some flashing lights in certain rooms. It's very stereotypical college party. Neither Penny or Luna seem to be there just yet, but you guys are free to kind of scope out the house, get a lay of the land, anything you would like.
What kind of music situation do they have going on? I want to hang out by the speakers.
There is kind of a section of like the living room that seems to be the main music area. There is like a drum kit, just because Mike lives here and has a drum kit in the house, but no one's actually playing it currently. There is someone who's kind of set up a a DJ stand, like a turntable, and they're mostly playing music, mostly electronic. No one's like super into the music. It's clearly just whatever this guy is mixing up in his free time. But he seems into it, and people are kind of already a little bit drunk, so they don't really care that the music isn't great. But it's mostly coming through a big set of speakers from his music deck.
I think Amanda is following Cadence again. Just clinging.
Mm-hmm.
They are friends.
They are friends, and Amanda
As
is scared. She's not popular.
Mm.
She's never been to a party before.
As Darcy kind of like starts making her way through, she's immediately like kind of like trying to avoid the crowd because she don't like it. She actually do not like big crowd, and so she's like trying to like get to like a more like quiet corner where there's like a little bit less people.
I think you can probably find there's maybe like, it's clearly supposed to be like some kind of study or something, but it's mostly just used for storage. There's not too many people in there. There's kind of a couple of other people just like hanging out trying to avoid the note. And he's a little quieter in there.
Sick.
Prudence is definitely going to get a drink. Maybe dance in the crowd a little bit, you know. You know how it be.
There is in terms of drinks, there's kind of like some fold out tables and things that just kind of have a bunch of alcohol and mixes lined up. There is also like a big punch bowl by the look of it. You don't know what's in the punch bowl. I don't think the people running the party know what's in the punch bowl anymore, but there's something in there, and it's probably alcoholic.
Can Amanda look at Cadence and go, would you like anything to drink?
If they have any like water or something, yes. But that points at like the bowl looks toxic.
Amanda had not even
So-
considered the fact that there would be alcohol here.
Yeah.
She raises her eyes widens her eyes and just nods and then scurries off to go find water bottles for Cadence.
Wonder.
Assuming we're like kind of been here for a while, I want to bring a drink to Darcy in the other room where she is standing.
Darcy's gonna kind of like see her come in. She's gonna be like, "What'd you put in this?"
She's like, I didn't put anything in it. I just want to be nice because I think you look cool.
You're drunk.
No. I'm literally not.
How many drinks have you had?
Like 3.
Okay, so you're drunk. I'll take my drink, thank you. But like, yeah. And she's gonna kind of like take a drink and she's gonna be like, "Why are you being nice though? You're not usually like that."
She kind of gets a little teary-eyed. She's like, you know, it's been really hard with all the things at the school, and I feel kind of lonely, and you know, you seem kind of cool, and I'm sorry I've been so rude. She's like breaking down a little bit. Girlie is a drunk cry.
Darcy's just gonna go, okay, and she's gonna like kind of like take whatever drink is currently in Prudence's hand and like kind of just slowly take it away and put it on the table behind her and just kind of pat her on the back and go, it's okay, you know, I guess I kind of get it. I mean, you don't have to be only nice when you're drunk though, you know, you could be nice outside of that. We should get you cleaned up because you look like a mess. Let's take you to a bathroom or something. Come on. And she's gonna kind of like help her to get not as drunk as she is.
If you guys arrive, probably around 7:15, 7:30. You've been there for a little while. Maybe around 8 o'clock is when Luna shows up. And the second Luna kind of moves in through the door and sees how many people are here, she goes a little bit pale. Like, this is not what she thought it would be when her bandmates invited her for like a chill party. But she's moving through. She maybe goes to get a drink, but is a little nervous. Where do you guys think you are around the party?
Cadence definitely found a couch to like sit on, but like enough where like she could like in a place where she could see the door to like scope for them.
Amanda is still being clingy.
I think at this point I'm in the bathroom with Prudence kind of like fixing her makeup and stuff because you know like when you get drunk and like how your makeup kind of like tears on your face a little bit and all that type of stuff and she's like kind of like fixing it, but it's like I'd say it's like probably like a bathroom towards the entrance of the house, so she's still in the general vicinity of where they need to be.
Penny actually gets there around 8 o'clock and starts to approach the door and then sees how many people are there and kind of backs away and goes and just like, there's actually like a park across the road from the house, and she kind of goes and just like stands by a tree for a little bit, kind of psyching herself up to go to the party, and she's there for maybe like 15-20 minutes. It takes a while to get up the courage to actually go to this house party. But she steps through the door and she is so tightly strung, held in on herself as she kind of moves through and is just like desperately searching for anyone that she recognizes.
I think at this point, Darcy's gonna be like, "Okay, Prudence, we gotta actually do stuff now. Let's go." Okay. And she's gonna kind of like lead Prudence out, and she's gonna try and look for Amanda and Cadence so that they can kind of reconvene for a second and come up with a game plan.
I think Amanda's thing is like, whatever we do, we have to make it subtle, and we have to get out of here before anyone shows up.
I agree.
As you're convening, you can see someone appears as Penny is kind of standing awkwardly by the door. This guy kind of stumbles down the stairs. He's a young guy, maybe a little bit scrawny, with this kind of shaggy, low-cut brown hair. He's got an empty, typical red Solo cup in his hand, and he kind of like stumbles back. So, whoa, I'm so sorry. I feel like I know you somewhere. You're Penny, right? Penny, you're Luna's friend, right? And Penny's like, yeah, is she here? And the guy's, yeah, I'm Mike. I'm in the band with Luna. Have you seen the band? She's like, no, I don't think so. And he goes, you should come by sometime. Luna's like over there somewhere. And Mike kind of stumbles off, and Penny looks across and sees that, yeah, Luna is kind of standing against a wall with a drink in her hand. She goes across and they start talking. And you can't really hear what they're saying from where you are, but neither of them seem particularly comfortable, but they both seem a little bit more comfortable now that the other person is also there. I would like everyone to roll a pinpoint finesse roll, please.
12.
10.
So, okay.
7.
Mm-hmm.
No.
A 9.
Okay. I think that Darcy, you can see the mood kind of shift a little bit, particularly Penny. Penny kind of twitches a little bit at something that Luna has said, and the mood for both of them, but particularly Penny, just seems to shift and become a little bit more frustrated almost. And the other three, you can see that a green puff of smoke has hit the back of Penny's shoulder.
No!
As a hate projectile has collided with her, and she is disgusted and will take a small negative to any charm rolls made against her. Someone else is here. You can kind of overhear Penny being like, I didn't think it was going to be like this. I'm sorry, I don't know, when we talked at the coffee shop, you made it sound like you didn't either, but it's fine. And she kind of steps away, and Luna doesn't really know how to respond.
I have an idea.
If you're about to say what I think you're going to say.
I don't have any other plans. What's your plan?
Carry on.
Could we get them outside somehow?
That's a good idea.
That's smart.
Out of the party and the environment.
We've established
like,
there's a park across the street.
Because like maybe getting out of the environment will make Penny feel a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. We could
And then we can shoot her.
And then we could shoot her. We could revert to our plan of injured person needs help, but maybe not injured. Just like, I don't know, I could pretend to cry and hope that one of them will help me get outside of the party. The silence is so reassuring.
It all comes around full circle.
Listen.
Yeah, no, I think the move would definitely be, getting them kind of away. Maybe, like, we do, like, a split up again, where it's, like, 2 of us try and get them away, and then other 2 try and find who is doing the thing. You know? Because I would like to know who is doing this, so that we can eliminate the threat. Not kill.
Whoa.
But get rid of said threat.
Are we splitting up and doing half and half?
I'm good with whatever. I'm good with whatever
Okay.
we want to do. That's just the idea that I had.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, we split up. Okay, who wants to go where?
I mean, I could do what I offered and start crying and be emotional.
You know what?
Girlhood come through. Is this
method act? Act like a sad drunk, okay?
Yo,
Is
please.
this? Am I doing this? Is everyone okay with this?
Yes.
You know what? Yeah. We'll have you do that and kind of lead them away, I suppose.
I could get at least one of them.
Yeah, get at least one
Are
of
we
them.
doing our normal team? So Prudence and Darcy are trying to find whoever shot it,
go,
and then Cadence
and
we
can go find. Yeah.
are trying to get. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to. I don't know. I'm gonna go to one of them.
As you guys are discussing this, Luna kind of goes to like reach out and like as Penelope kind of like starts to walk away, Luna kind of goes to reach out and touch her arm, and Penny kind of jerks away and goes, "Don't, not right now," and knocks Luna's drink kind of directly all over the front of her shirt. And so they are both currently a little mad, a little frustrated as you move into action.
I see. Lesbian sad face. Okay, well, I am going to grab Prudence and I'm going to be like, let's go find what caused this. Let's go.
I guess I'm
Okay,
gonna go be
so-
emotional at one of them.
All right,
Cadence is gonna like hang around in like a little bit behind Amanda.
Are they already
like, not-
leaving, both of them, or are they?
They're not leaving, they're just moving away from each other.
Okay.
I think that Luna is probably heading towards a bathroom to get cleaned up, and Penny is going over to the drinks table.
okay.
Maybe Amanda going to the bathroom to cry would make a little bit of sense.
Yeah,
Trying to
that
get a
makes
little
sense.
bit more secluded.
I guess I'm going to Luna.
Luna's probably like over the sink trying to like scrub some. It's like it hasn't like stained badly, but there's clearly like some kind of cola or something that's stained onto her light blue shirt kind of thing underneath her jacket. She's trying to wash it out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm barging into the bathroom in tears, and I'm going, "Oh, I'm so
Okay.
sorry. I didn't realize anybody was in here."
She kind of looks serious. No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I can leave if you want. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing great. It's okay. You can stay here.
Are you sure? Is something wrong? Did something happen? Is anything? What's wrong?
It's a long story.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, do you need the sink for anything? She kind of like steps away. Jamie, could you roll me maybe an emotional appeal roll, a charm roll?
Oh God. Okay. Okay. 11.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, that's
-1.
12 minus 1. Yeah, that's an 11. She is very concerned, very invested. She kind of, is everything okay? Did somebody say something? Like, I know the people running the party. If there's someone being a dick, I can go find Mike and talk to him about it. What's wrong?
Oh, girlhood cries. Anyway, sorry.
He goes,
The concept of girlhood.
Don't say
is
that.
the
making
concept
you
of girlhood.
Amanda doesn't say that. Amanda's like, no, it's fine. It's nobody in charge of the party. I don't know. I shouldn't be here. I should just go.
It's all right. It's, I know that parties aren't really for everyone. They're not really for me. I have not been having a great night, but
Oh, how do I get her to come outside with me? Without making this incredibly awkward. How do I get her to come outside with me? I'm cooking. Let me cook. Hold on.
Do you want to cut to someone else so that you can...
we can cut to someone else while you're cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can
yeah.
definitely do
Let
that.
me cook.
So, because Prudence rolled high enough to where she would be able to see... She saw, like, the actual cloud itself, right?
Yes, and
Okay, cool.
probably be able to see the general direction it came from. Up the stairs, you can kind of see there's a little, like a rail where from the top floor you can see down to the bottom floor, and it probably looks to Prudence more or less like that's where the pellet came from.
Okay. I am gonna go up there.
I also
Okay,
want to go
proceed
to
on the
there.
stairs. Cool, so you guys go upstairs. Maybe roll me maybe a wits roll, I think.
I would like to listen to your heart so that I can
Okay,
get
which
a little
one are you
tastiness.
particularly?
Let me see. Let's see. I'll probably do. I can't see the person yet, so I'll do environment so that I can kind of see maybe where this person may have gone.
Okay, so describe the kind of top floor. It's a little more open than the bottom floor. The bottom floor is very much separated into rooms, little walls, little doors kind of thing. Up here seems to be more of a communal living space with a handful of bedrooms coming off of it. There's some beanbags and things like that. There seems to be a door out onto a balcony, which is open currently. There's a couple of people mingling around, a couple of people maybe like standing in bedroom doorways. There doesn't seem to be many places that one would hide necessarily, but there are places that people could go from here, like out onto the balcony, maybe into a room or a bathroom or something like that. None of the people currently standing around that you can see look necessarily suspicious. They're just kind of chilling. They're a bit drunk.
I'm going to kind of turn to Prudence. I'm going to go, okay, so there's a couple ways we could go here. I think that we both like take an area of upstairs and kind of just look and see if we can find who we're looking for here. Because they're probably just blending into the crowd, honestly.
You're right, you're right.
Or they jumped off the balcony, which that would be a little crazy, so I don't know about that one. But which way do you want to go? Do you want to go toward balcony? Do you want to go toward people? Where do you want to go?
I'll just pick a direction. I don't care. I'll go wherever Darcy doesn't go.
Darcy's just gonna go, are you gonna be okay to go in a direction right now?
Yeah, I'm only like a little tipsy. I'm fine. We're totally good.
Okay, I'm gonna go towards the balcony. You go the other direction.
Okay.
And that's where Darcy's gonna start going, and she's gonna kind of keep trying to like investigate what's going on here.
As Darcy steps out onto the balcony, you catch just a glimpse of someone's foot like disappearing as they climb up onto the roof.
You already know where she's going.
All right, there's a way you can kind of like leverage your way up there, just climbing on railings and things. And as you get up onto the roof, there is a little older than you, maybe late 20s, early 30s guy, short cropped dark hair. He's wearing vaguely casual, but I suppose like tactical clothes. Wearing like a tight-fitting black shirt, cargo pants. He's got a small like holster at his side, and he clearly has an earpiece. You would recognize this is a goods agent. This is a professional Cupid. He has one of the small concealed pink guns that Amanda was offered, kind of in the small holster at his side, and he kind of stares at you and is like, you shouldn't be here, kid. You don't know what you're messing with right now.
Immediately, Darcy's also gonna, like, as she's, like, climbing on the roof, she's, like, looking at this guy, and she's gonna go, no, I don't think we're making any mistake here. I think we're supposed to be here.
Listen, I know you want to do what you think is right, but listen, I don't want to break anyone up any more than you do, okay? This is just the orders that have been sent down from the top, and what we've got to do. These two aren't supposed to be together. They don't get to be together. Maybe
Says who?
Someday down the line.
Says who?
Says, I don't know, fate, analysts, I guess. It's not my job to know who. It's my job to get out in the field and make matches, break people up.
That's stupid, though. They have obviously been interested in each other as soon as they bumped into each other, even though, of course, that was fabricated and everything. A lot of this wasn't even us. The only time they've had a problem is when you shot one of them with an arrow.
Do you want to roll me a charm roll? Maybe a sweet talker roll?
Is what I do. That's going to be a 9.
He kind of falters for a second, and it looks like he is maybe listening to you for a minute. He's, like he said, he's not against, he doesn't want these people to break up. But after a second of mulling it over, he kind of shakes his head and is like, look, I worked hard to get in this position, okay? I'm not throwing this away. And he pulls out his gun and is going to make an opposed finesse pinpoint roll against you to shoot you with a hate pellets.
LOL.
It says in my rules I can't do that. What?
It does, but he's not on your team, Jane.
Damn.
The way this is going to work is that I'm going to roll a pinpoint finesse roll. You can either choose to try and dodge it with a gentle hands finesse roll, or you can try and negate the damage using a hard-hearted hard roll.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a heartstring left. Will I be able to use it here?
Yes, you would.
Slay.
Which one are you trying to do? Are you trying to dodge it, or is this more like rushing forward, knocking him out of the way before he's able to shoot?
I think it's a knock him out of the way before he's able to shoot.
Okay.
Because she's gonna try and get the gun at this point.
Okay, how do you want to go about doing this? You're using a heartstring, so you actually succeed. So you can describe.
So as he immediately pulls out the gun, she's gonna kind of like put an expression on her face where she looks like hurt and scared until like kind of he lets down his guard a little bit, and then she's gonna rush him.
All right, you rush him, and as you rush him, you're on like a sloped house roof, so I think he kind of loses his footing a little and drops the gun. It kind of gets wedged in one of the tiles, and he kind of slides. And he doesn't like fall off the roof, but he kind of slides far enough away that he has to catch himself on one of the gutterings and kind of wrestle himself back up onto the roof, which is maybe taking him a minute and would give you time to pick up the gun if you wish and get out of there.
I grab the gun. I go. I'm running.
All right, you're going back downstairs.
Yep.
We'll jump back to what is Cadence doing at this exact moment? Is Cadence still
Okay.
in near
So-
the music, or
Trained ear lets me hear like whispered information. So I kind of want to monitor Penny at the drink table.
okay? At the drink table, Penny is just kind of grumbling to herself as she's making her drink, and then she kind of braces herself against the table and takes a drink. And she clearly does not like the taste of it. She does not like the taste of the alcohol in the drink, but is so overstimulated and upset and frustrated right now by the lights and the poorly composed electronic music that this DJ has got going on that she is just not really even saying anything to herself. She's just tensed up, trying to drown out everything happening around her.
Okay.
I think if you're using trained ear specifically, you hear behind you at the DJ booth, there is like a muffled conversation of some kind, and then the music gets much louder. And Penny does not seem to like that. Like, she curls in even further on herself as the music starts getting louder and almost faster as well.
Okay. Cadence is going to like gently and like quietly walk over to Penny and like reach out a hand to like touch Penny's shoulder, but just like, hey, are you okay?
She kind of jumps a little, and she goes to speak almost, but the words don't quite come to her. She just kind of points at her ears and smells. It's really loud.
Cadence is gonna like motion to the door and be like, do you want to go outside for a little bit, maybe? Just to get out of the noisy area.
I think she maybe nods and again, not really saying anything, but nodding and starts to follow you out. And as a continuation of the trained ear, you hear there's a crackling sound from the speaker system. It's not a healthy sound from any of this sound equipment, but it comes through and you notice it as you're taking her out.
Could I look back and see if I could see anything?
I think it would be through a different door. So you could either escort Penny outside as she's going outside, or you could go and investigate what the sound was.
I kind of want to stay with Penny because I don't want to lose her.
That's fair. No, so you're taking Penny outside, and we can jump back to Amanda.
I think Amanda is gonna be she's still in tears. She's offered to talk to people who are running the party, and that's not what she wants. She's like, I don't know. I don't want to be alone, but I want to get out.
Luna goes, yeah, let's get you outside. Okay, let's we'll go out. And as she steps out of the bathroom, you can see her almost cringe at the music being so much louder than it was before when she went into the room. And she maybe has a hand on Amanda's shoulder. As you kind of get to the door, you kind of hear, Luna, I've been looking for you everywhere. And Mike stumbles into the door. And it's like, listen, that girl was here. Penny, yeah, Penny. And she's like, Mike, now's not a good time. Mike, I spoke to Penny, it's fine. And she kind of pushes Mike out of the way a little bit and steps outside with you, Amanda, onto the front porch. we'll jump back to Prudence.
Yes. I'm
Yes.
chilling.
What you doing upstairs?
I'm vibing. I'm just kind of walking around, getting the lay of the land, I guess. Sobering up a little bit. Yeah, she's just kind of walking around, seeing what's up. She doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't know shit. So,
Oh, okay. At this point, Darcy would have come back through the door to the balcony if you're not like doing anything specifically.
yeah, no.
Yes,
So
Darcy
that
would
is
like
fine.
come back in through the door of the balcony, and not too long, Darcy, after you get back inside, the other goods agent like drops onto the balcony.
She is running. She's immediately going. She's gonna grab Prudence's arm and be like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Oh, what's happening? Okay.
And she's gonna like start running, and she's gonna kind of like just try not to look behind him, like behind herself right now, because she's like,
She's like, Jesus, Darcy, what is happening?
That's the guy. I have his thing, and she holds up the gun a little bit. She's like, let's go, let's go.
As you're running, you pick up the vibe of the mood downstairs, because Cadence and Amanda are now outside. When you guys get down the stairs, you notice that the vibe of the party has shifted from kind of shouting of excitement and people like moving around and dancing to things. There is panic here in this party. Something is wrong. People are freaked out and they're kind of pushing out towards the door, and they kind of separate, like the crowd of people trying to push through the door is kind of separating you from the immediate door frame. You can either try to push through the crowd or find another way out, but there's the mood in this party has shifted.
Okay, so are we already downstairs, or do I see this like coming, like about to come down the stairs?
I feel like you'd see this probably as coming down the stairs.
Okay, and then there's a railing, right?
There's a railing, yep. And
I'm jumping over the railing.
Okay, yep, you jump over the railing. I think the goods agent is also like starting to come down the stairs towards you guys.
Okay, do I have a little bit of a lead on him? Because I went over the
Yeah,
railing?
you guys have a lead on him, definitely.
Okay, I have an idea, which may
Wait.
or may not work. We're gonna see. So, how specifically do the love things work with the gun?
So the glove bullets, you can see that he is now missing 2 hate bullets. God, I don't know how guns work. They're essentially, you have access to, I would say in the gun, because you took the gun and not necessarily any of his ammunition, there is probably a single love bullet in it. And if you were to shoot someone with that, they would get a +3 to any charm rolls. They also will be compelled to talk to someone you specifically choose if they can see them.
Okay, I don't want to waste that on him, just because in case we need it for homegirls, we need it to stay in there. So that's why
I
I was
still
thinking
have
for-
mine, right?
Okay. Yes, you still have
Okay.
your...
I didn't know you still had yours. There we go.
Yours still has not a full set, because you didn't get the replenishment because you stole a van and ran away. So I think you have 4
Yeah.
hate pellets and 3 love bullets.
Love? I used
Is that
1
correct?
love and 1 hate.
Okay, in that case you have 4 of each.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my question. Here's what I want to know for my plan that I had.
Mhm.
If I were to theoretically, because like you typically like you would shoot it at one person, it would work, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm pondering. Give me a minute. I'm big braining it. You know what? I'll just shoot him. That'll be easier than doing all
Okay,
this math.
sure. That is a pinpoint roll from you, please.
Okay. My finesse is a +0, so we're gonna see how this
Woo!
4 hours
goes.
in, we're just fucking shooting people. This is the only thing
Yeah.
So it did not go good.
Oh no!
Oh
Okay.
no.
I got a 5.
Oh Lord.
That's a complete failure. Yeah, you miss him. You miss him completely, and the bullet actually misses, and it hits Mike. So Mike...
Don't,
Wait,
my
wait.
God!
Positive. I want Mike to fall in love with the Cupid guy. Distract.
Okay, you know what? Sure. You know what? I'll allow that. It's supposed to be a
Happy
failure,
little
but I will give it, because that's fun to me. I think Mike kind of like sees the guy and he's like, "Oh, I don't know who this guy is. What's he doing?" And he goes to move towards the guy to start flirting, but he kind of pushes through you and Prudence, and you get separated in the crowd as he goes towards the guy. So the agent is now distracted by Mike being there to flirt, but you two have been separated by the crowd.
Shoot. Well, Darcy's gonna start, like, as we are getting separated, like, she's gonna start, like, going towards the door as much as she can, trying to kind of, like, blend. Oh, wait, do I still have my collar, then? Would I still have my collar?
Yes, I think so.
Ah, I'm going to disguise myself.
All right. Is anyone in particular, or just someone at the party?
Just someone random at the party.
Okay. You're kind of moving through it, like a couple of people who maybe know the person you're disguising yourself as are, like, trying to help you out. Prudence, you are probably closer to the back end of the house now that you've kind of been separated by the crowd, and you can smell smoke. You kind of realize that the flickering, flashing lights are not just like lights from the party. There is a fire somewhere in the house. And could you roll, Letty, for me, please? Either a charm or a wit roll, please.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Totes. What is my charm? Okay, I got a 10.
Okay, you can tell the fire is coming from the room where the DJ was before. Like, there is no one in there now because they have all around the room, but like sticking your head in the door, the fire is quickly making its way around the room. This is like a college house. There's a lot of shit in here, and a lot of it is going up in flames. It seems to have come from the DJ setup. Just something went wrong, and you can hear around the corner there is a young woman leaning against a wall, part of the crowd, kind of muttering into a radio, going, I don't know what happened. It just sparked. I've never seen that happen with a DJ device before. I have been doing this. I've been playing music for 10 years, and I've never seen anything happen like that. Like, the closer you look, this is another Cupid agent, kind of dressed similarly, the tight black, the cargo pants. She has a guitar, like, strapped over her shoulder, and clearly whatever was being done to try and sabotage things has gone much worse than they intended, and this house is very quickly going up in flames. Is there anything you would like to do in particular, or
Holy.
The opposing Cupid rolled really badly.
Oh my
God. This is like if y'all had let me cause a car accident at the beginning.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh my God! Like, can I see the Cupid? Can the Cupid see me? I just want to give her a look. I just want to give her like a what the fuck? Like,
and I think as like she looks up and she makes eye contact with you, and you can just give her a look.
Oh my, yeah, I give her a look, like I mouth to her. I'm like, what the f-? Like, I know we're on different sides, but like, Jesus.
Like, she looks panicked.
Okay. Actually, can I go over there? I'm about to make a friend.
If you want to. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna run over there and I'm gonna look at her and be like, "Do you know where a fire extinguisher is? This is bad. You didn't mean to do this, right? This is not purposeful."
No, why would I know where a fire extinguisher is? I don't go here. I don't. Do they even have a fire extinguisher? I don't know.
Girl, I don't know either. This is obviously not what you planned, though, right? You're not a psycho?
No, I didn't plan to burn the house down. We were just supposed to make the music too loud. We were just supposed to make the environment worse. We didn't plan. It's not my fault the DJ had shitty equipment, okay?
You sure made the environment worse. You
fucking think? Oh, God, I'm gonna lose my fucking job over this. And I think she is, just like grabbing her shit and running. She's like trying to push towards, actually there's probably a side door, like she darts like through a kitchen that you can assume she maybe entered through, and she's getting out of this house. Everyone is trying to get out of this house. This fire is very quickly getting more and more out of control.
Okay. I mean, I get, there's a fire, get out! That's my plan.
you just telling people to get
outside.
I think a lot of people are already way ahead of you. But speaking of outside,
anybody who's not, like, I want to go check bathrooms, make sure there's no poor little drunkies that are gonna be stuck. I want to run around and try to find people.
You can definitely do that. I think there's maybe a couple of people, and like the minute you start saying things about a fire, they start like scrambling to get out and join the crowd of people pushing out onto the front porch. And out on the front porch, we have both the Lovebirds and Cadence and Amanda kind of being pushed around and jostled by this crowd of people fleeing.
I'm looking for Cadence and trying to reunite the four of us, just to have something that in the chaos.
Would I be able to see the other two? I'm still in disguise, but like, would I be able to see them?
Yes, I think so. I think once you get outside, you would be able to see them probably.
Okay.
Is the park like full now, or is it still kind of?
People aren't really going to the park. A lot of people are going, like, just kind of running to other like houses on the street, vehicles, cars, just like getting out of the way. There's a couple of people like running through the park, but not like it's not crowded. It's a pretty big park. I would like Amanda to roll a hard roll,
Oh
please.
shit,
For me.
that's not good for me.
Excuse me.
Baby's first hard roll.
For what
There's first hard roll.
purpose?
That
Do I
would
have
be
anything that can help me in this situation? Nope.
No, okay.
9. Wait, minus
9?
2.
Okay.
7.
Oh, okay. Okay. As you're pulling Luna through the crowd, kind of towards Cadence and Penelope, both Cadence and Darcy, you see it looks like a shadow. Like, you don't even notice a person. You just see something come out of the crowd, and in this kind of shimmering vapor of pink and inky blacks and purples collide with the side of Amanda and essentially like pick Amanda up and drag Amanda away from the others towards the park.
What? Help me!
Excuse me.
What is going on?
Oh my god.
I've been kidnapped.
You can chase after
You
Amanda.
mean?
I don't want to leave the girls alone.
No, bring the lovebirds, bring them, drag them.
Actually, I think... Hold on, let me roll for that. Okay, I think that Luna was, like, sticking with Amanda and does not even notice because she can see that Penelope is, like, fucking panicking over there. And I think that Luna's first priority is running over to Penelope and, like, making sure that she's
what am
okay.
I? Chopped liver?
And she's like... I don't know, but she didn't even see you disappear. She saw you disappear into a crowd of panicking students. So she's kind of going over, and over the yelling, none of you can really hear what she's saying, but she's very clearly like trying to comfort Penelope, and in a way trying to get her away from the crowd and away from the fire. Amanda, once you kind of are across the street, you basically get to the park and are dropped, and this kind of shimmering shadow flickers and vanishes for a second, and you can see another agent. This is clearly a Lofen, much like Prudence is, one of these stealth-based classes, using one of the illusion dusts to conceal themselves. And they've kind of removed you, and they just kind of glare at you as you're on the ground, like, stay there, and they run back towards the house.
Can I see who it is?
It's just a person. It's just
Okay.
a Cupid. You don't necessarily
Okay,
know them
good.
at all. I think at this point, Prudence, you've probably gotten a lot of the people out of the house. The blaze has now reached the second floor. Like, this house is enveloped on fire.
Yikes.
And I think that you guys can probably see from the balcony where Amanda is. They're not, like, hidden or anything. They're just in the park, like, on the ground. You know what, everyone, if you would like to roll me a wit roll.
I can
Just one more.
do that.
Me included?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
I got to 5.
A 5.
I got a
I'm
10.
So bad.
And
I'm rolling like
A
doo-doo.
9.
All right, across the board there, I think you all, maybe except Prudence, who's just focused on, like, finding the others, you get the vibe, like, the opposing team of Cupids is not working to break this couple up anymore. They are working to get the f*** out of there. They screwed up, they are aborting the mission, they are just getting out. And most of the people have the same attitude. They are just running from the house. You guys are on the balcony, Amanda is across in the park.
She's gonna be like, we should go to grab Amanda, because I don't know what just happened to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Right, so you guys are heading over to the park to Amanda, and I think as you get over to the park and you kind of lean down to help Amanda up, you turn back to see the house, and this house is up in flames. It is like crumbling in on itself. Most people have cleared away, but the two people that you can see are Luna and Penelope, standing in the road in front of the house, out of the way of the blaze, but silhouetted by the light. And just slowly and quietly, Luna pulls Penny into a hug, and Penny hugs her back, and both of them, nervously and a little panicked and a little scared, but glad to be with each other, lean in for a kiss. And despite the attempts of the opposing goods agents, this is a third successful arrangement encounter. As you're all watching this, kind of panicked and a little worse for wear, pushed around by the crowd from the park, you see this huge wave of this shimmering pink and purple shadowy energy just cover the environment around you. And so many trucks and vans and helicopters descend. And you can tell these are all goods vehicles. And specifically, a van pulls up in front of you, and Angela Hethersby steps out and is striding across the grass towards you, glaring daggers at the four of you. And she goes, "Do you have any idea the trouble that the four of you are in? Do you have any idea what you've done? I mean, the cost of repairing all of this alone, not to mention memory wiping. Do you have any idea what I'm going to hear about this at the next bi-quarterly meeting? Those bastards at the North Pole are going to have my ass for this." And then beside her, Paulie elbows her slightly, and she goes, "Yes, I'm getting to it." And she straightens her jacket, and she goes, "Despite the fact that you blatantly committed professional treason against goods, I am forced to acknowledge that it was my counter team which caused the blaze here, and I am unfortunately forced to acknowledge that there is no paperwork of your dismissal. There was an incident, and it seems that the paperwork is no longer legible." And beside her, you can see Polly just kind of wink at the four of you. Angela kind of takes a deep breath and goes, "Given that there is no record of your insurgents, given that technically all that survives is a successful relationship forged between the two lovebirds that were assigned to you, I unfortunately have no choice but to acknowledge that you did pass the necessary requirements and have successfully made it into Goode's Cupid Training Academy. All of you are going to go home with the agents here to escort you, and we'll figure out what to do in the morning. It has been a very stressful day, and my wife is at home waiting for me. Welcome to Goode's old-fashioned school of Loverboys, Cupids. I hope that you're happy with yourselves." And she walks back to the truck and steps inside, and someone closes the doors behind her, and she drives away.
So
my God.
Darcy is gonna kind of turn to Prudence, and she's gonna go, "Are you okay? You're not hurt or anything from the fire, right?"
No, I think I'm okay. Just a little shaken and sooty.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, hey, you don't look bad with soot on you. I could give you that.
Thanks, Darcy.
And she's gonna kind of like scratch the back of her head and like kind of look away, and she's starting to turn a little bit pink. And she's gonna go, "You know, you're actually not that bad when you... It was nice actually getting to get to know you and everything."
Thanks. That means a lot.
And she's gonna kind of smile, and she's gonna like, without even thinking, pull you into a hug.
She's kind of surprised. But after a second, she hugs back.
And then she's like, "All right, let's get going, guys."
Cadence is going to go over to Amanda and just pull her into a big hug and just like say, "I was so worried about you."
I'm gonna cry. Amanda wraps herself around you, and she goes, "We did it! We did it!" Amanda is gonna, like, after a moment, pull away and look up at Cadence. I assume that Cadence is taller than Amanda, because I just assume she's short as fuck. I just assumed this. And look up at Cadence and go, Can I kiss you?
Yes.
Yay! She does so.
They kiss.
They kiss.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Smooches.
Now we're done.
There's a lot of, not necessarily begrudging respect, but a slightly concealed respect from a lot of the Cupids around you. You have, at its core, done what Goods is supposed to. You have gone against the grain to bring people together, and maybe not in the way they intended, but in a way that has worked. And that is a successful match made. And that brings us to the end of Good's old-fashioned school of Loverboys. Thank you all so much for listening to this special Valentine's Day episode of Cantripped. I hope you all had as much fun listening as we did recording it. It was an absolute blast to play. We actually had so much fun goofing around with this one-shot that we had to cut together an entire bloopers episode just from this one-shot, which you can actually find on our Patreon, as well as a whole heap of match-made and Goods-related content, such as unique classes, world and NPC information, and more. Not to mention all of the other exclusives you can get on our Cantripped Patreon, including bloopers from episodes of the main show, additional content like short stories, maps and diagrams, as well as access to episodes days in advance, all for a low price that helps Jamie keep the show running behind the scenes. But of course, if you're not in a position to promote us on Patreon, we completely understand, and the best way to support us is actually on the platform you're listening on right now. If you're listening on Spotify, leaving us a review helps out a ton, as well as following the show. Jamie has told me before that apparently there's a Q&A feature where you can leave a comment or message, maybe? I don't know how that works, but I know that they love reading anything that you guys write in there, so send them something nice. And speaking of writing things, if you're listening on YouTube, remember to leave us a comment. I don't have anything for you guys to comment in my notes, so just tell us something you enjoyed about the one-shot, as well as obviously liking and subscribing, because engagement really helps the channel grow. Of course, the best way to help the channel grow, though, is through word of mouth. That's how podcasts spread the best, since algorithms aren't always great at pushing podcasts. So if you have a friend that you think would enjoy some fun Cupid adventures, or some other fun D&D adventures that we provide here, tell them about the show. If you'd like to tell us something about the show, you can find our community Discord and Tumblr tag linked in the show notes, where the cast are nearly always hanging about, as are a bunch of other really cool Cantripped fans. With all of the plugging out of the way, I hope that wherever you are and however you're spending it, you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, or a wonderful regular day if you're listening to this at some other point in time. Spreading love in any form, including self-love, is something to celebrate year-round, so take the chance to do so. Usual episodes will be released on our usual schedule following this little adventure, but I hope you enjoyed this journey to the world of Goods, and who knows, maybe we'll check back in on it someday. Until then, however, thank you for joining us today, and happy Valentine's Day.